What's going on, everybody? It is your Wednesday night sports delight, the platform sports talk show with your boy Smooth, along with when
Bunny.
it's about sports
It becomes our business.
and business just picked up. How you doing?
Awesome. How are
You
you?
did well on your first time doing your part.
Just trying to be part of the team.
That's what's up, man. So we here again. It's a Wednesday. We ain't had no power outage or anything like we had last week. So we good to go.
Good to
This
go. Let's get
this is officially ladies' night. I had to say it already. It's
a.
officially ladies' night, and I will tell you why momentarily. I think y'all probably know majority of the reason why. It's just gonna be a lot of purple going on today on this show. We gonna see what's happening. But in the meantime, how have you been?
Man, getting through the week day by day, week by week. Hey, I'm here. Thanks to God. No COVID, no craziness, so can't complain.
So pretty much you're not experiencing what the Cardinals experienced over these last 2
Man,
days.
especially my heart. Yachty was one of the victims. I say, no.
Man.
Say it ain't so.
Crazy, crazy. For those watching for the first time, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are on Facebook and you want your comments to be shown on the screen so the whole world can watch, you got to make sure that you're under the platform Sports Talk Show so we can see your comments. So you can't be under Bunny's page or my personal page or our special guest page. You have to be under the platform Sports Talk Show if you are on Facebook so we can see your comments. Everybody else on Twitter, YouTube, do y'all thing. Share this link right now with your sports friends so we can have so many people to tune in and enjoy the great conversations that we are about to have today.
You got it.
Man, is it me or does it feel like it's already like September? like, am I tripping?
No, but you also got to look at we're in a different world now, so it's not you.
In
For
a
one,
different world.
I mean, I pay attention to when it starts getting darker now a little earlier. I don't know if y'all pay attention, but it's August now. I'm like, dang, it's just a little bit, but you're going to see 3 weeks from now, by 8 o'clock, it's going to be pitch black again. You're like, dang, we still have a little bit of light. Nope, but yeah. But then we also going through this transition with sports. We got 3 major sports. Actually, you want to count MLS, 4 going on at one time. I count football preseason. Well, unofficial preseason, so think about it.
And they're saying that this year they're not going to have any preseason games in
Right.
the NFL.
They just going straight to the season. But I said unofficial because they're doing their training still getting together.
Right.
But
you know what? Speaking of football, what about this?
what about it?
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock.
I hope The Rock can get this together with his partners to bring the XFL back in the black, they can still function. Because that'd be good for St. Louis. And nothing else, I'm like, the Battlehawks, since they were doing good, had to get shut down. And then I was like, please, just when we try to get a little bit of football back, I didn't want it to leave us. So I hope they can pull this off. I really do.
All I can say is cuckoo. So The Rock and his company, his production company, I believe it's $7 Entertainment. They brought, there you go, Joe. She already on it. Cuckoo.
Yeah, Joe.
We're gonna be hearing from her later on throughout the show. But yes, this past Monday, he just came out from the weekend.
Hey,
Fresh on Monday morning, like around 7 a.m. I'm like, what's going on here?
Get to go and post
And
it.
as
What
you
we gonna
see,
do it?
he buys the XFL, or he's partnering up.
Yeah.
To buy the XFL for $15 million.
That's a steal, honestly. 15,
Yes.
that's it? I was
Yes.
like, dang.
And then what's crazy is that one of his partners is his ex-wife.
Hey, teamwork make the dream work. I like that. No, I like
Keep it
that.
going.
Exes can still keep business partners. Business first. Maybe the relationship didn't work out, but we doing business together.
Keep
Teamwork,
it
and you know
going.
how each other work and move. I like that.
Yeah, so
Smart woman, smart man.
So shouts out to the Rock, man. And you can tell just from how he runs his business anyway that he's a great businessman.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna be in for the okie doke, playing no games. He's about his business because now this is a reputation of him.
Yeah, big time. And look where he's come from just started wrestling, even though his father's a wrestler too, but wrestling, WWE, all the way to the entertainment that he's got into with all these movies and these other contracts and things he's invested in. So XFL is just another thing on his resume.
Right.
Anything that Rock touches makes money. So
So very exciting times. And I hope, and I have a feeling it's going to happen, in which he's going to focus on more markets to have teams at. So stuff you have in your normal LA, New York
Right.
teams that
Right.
they already have so many teams already, and it's not like you saw this past season with the XFL. They didn't really draw a whole lot out there. But you had your cities like St. Louis, who was craving a football team.
Yep.
You know, reach out to San Diego, to Oakland, you know,
I'm
to
telling you.
other areas that crave football, because that's going to bring out the people.
That's smart marketing. Hopefully his partner see that. Hit the hot spots that have had NFL in the past, or they have a strong base of fans that want something. Put it there, and I promise you, anything that Rock touches, like I said, it makes money. And he's a smart businessman. His capital partners that's doing this with him, I think if they strategically do this right, they will be out of the red within one season.
Yeah. So I definitely look forward to it. I can only just ask you one question. Do you smell? Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? So keeping on the football tip, how does it make you feel when you see this now?
It kind of still funny to me.
Cam Newton
And
on
the Patriots.
Patriots.
And then, like early today, I saw Brady practicing with
The Bucks.
I was like, wait, this is 2020? Like, it's funny
super
looking
weird,
at that.
ain't it?
Yeah.
It is super weird.
I was like,
Took his it's an official photo with the Patriots. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, they gotta be Photoshop. No, it ain't Photoshop. It's the real deal.
2020's been doing that to us, y'all. It's just like, wait, is this real? Yeah.
So what are y'all thoughts on seeing Cam as a Patriot? Now, I didn't say this last week, but it was announced that maybe about 7 or 8 of his teammates have opted out due to the COVID scare. A few of his prominent players, offensive guys, are still on the team, so that's good, like the Edelman, the Sanu, stuff like that.
you
But
need that.
there's a few other guys though that's like, you know what, I'm out, and you can't blame them because of the scare.
I get it.
In which Odell Beckham had a post recently saying that the NFL should just go ahead and just not even play. And I actually agree with him because NFL is different than
Like, 'cause they had the most contact.
like every play is like face to face. You know, you
basketball,
you
kinda like
you an old lineman. I'll be more contact too. Like pretty much you're gonna be on the ground with someone on top of you every play.
I mean, basketball's not that, but you're still so close to each other when you guard somebody, and you constantly up and down, and you may, do switch off. So
But then basketball is different too because
It's less people, but-
they're in the bubble also.
that's what I'm saying. The NFL could implement a bubble.
I don't know how that's gonna be too impossible for
You
real.
say too
It is
impossible.
because then you have to try to have all these teams go to pretty much 2 different cities. It's gonna be a mess trying to get things together, organized like the NBA.
Well,
and
again,
NHL.
this is where Goodell messed up, though. You all are the only sport who did not lose a season to COVID or get pause of your season. You all had ample time to figure this out.
Right.
Kind of similar what these school districts are going through. Yeah, I've had months kind of figure this out, what we're going to do. So with the NFL, I believe they could have done a bubble, and they could have done similar what MLB was talking about at the beginning of restarting their season. Use 2 different cities and use like a training facilities or something. Use teams at one and teams at the other, but still they can do a bubble. Now, it is a lot more people and players. I get that. That does make it a little more complicated, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. Because otherwise, look what they're doing. Right now, they're still doing business as usual, except fans may not be in the stands or at less capacity. That's just as dangerous. So the bubble, at least you could have said we tried. If it failed, at least you said you tried to do something. They're not trying anything besides not having preseason. Okay, September, the virus is 3 weeks away. The virus is still here, still out there. What's changed? I'm just saying.
That's true. So, like I said, I'm still iffy on it now. They supposed to be having some special masks. I had an example a few weeks back about how the mask may look. They may make some changes, but it's gonna be all about how it looks.
See this
look,
face?
Look at your
Really?
face.
You talking about could they have special?
Look at your face. But
They got nurses and doctors with special masks and whatever. Go ahead.
and we're talking about a country in which they've known about this virus since probably before March. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Probably sometime back in 2019.
Exactly.
And still haven't had an answer to,
Exactly.
a cure to it, any kind of vaccine. So
And this special mask supposed to do what? Make them immune?
Yeah.
Come on now.
that's why I said
Again,
football's
they
kinda
had
up in the
ample
air for me.
time to prepare and plan. And what do we have? No preseason. That's all y'all get out of this?
And then today, UConn football team,
Yep.
they said we good. We're gonna scrap it. SEC hasn't come out with the schedule yet. Big Ten came out with one today, but you still don't know.
I mean, how
I'm
does...
sorry. Speaking of which, they just announced today that 9 players from UCLA football team
had tested. Yep.
So,
but California, their schools in general already said this 2 months ago that they weren't going to have in-person on-campus classes, at least the public schools. So at least they knew without sports, we weren't going to be in class. But the athletes, per se, were still practicing and doing training. But let's fast forward to SEC hasn't said it their schedule, but we know that Big 12 even had theirs. But no, who was it? SEC? They said you're going to do, Big 10, one away or one non-conference and everything else conference.
Big Ten is doing all conference games.
Okay, all conference.
Matter of fact, all the Power Five teams are doing all conference
but
games.
To me, again, that's doing what? Because they still travel. Think about it. Mizzou's SEC team, and let's say we play the non-big ones, Mizzou players still travel far from Florida, Alabama. They still travel. So what does that do? Because you're doing conference, non-conference.
So the difference would be if they had to play like a Wyoming or a California team, they would have to travel all the way to the West Coast to play a non-conference game.
Right, they're traveling as far
compared to staying in a certain region. So like you said, Florida is like the farthest
Alabama,
south.
Mississippi, we got schools all over.
But Alabama,
Arkansas,
Mississippi are closer, regional than compared to going to California.
Let me see. When we say closer, I know they travel by plane, right? The big ones do, and you probably do a few planes. So instead of going to Wyoming or my thing is, again, you still not the risk is still there. Yeah. It's not like it's reducing the risk because we're in this region. Hell, look at the state we in. Yeah. We got Missouri and Kansas City on 2 different sides of the state. High numbers on both ends. It's like, what?
And then it was, even though it wasn't plane related, but look at the Cardinals going from St. Louis to Minnesota, and boom. Oh, they had COVID within a week of the season.
Man.
Like I said, even though they're saying that it wasn't within, going on the airlines to Minnesota, but still, like you said, whether you're going to Illinois or you're going to California, it's going to always be that risk.
Correct.
So that's the craziness right now with everything in sports. It's very crazy right now. Basketball. How do you feel right now with this bubble? Now that it's been going on for the last 2 weeks or so now.
The bubble is proving actually it's working. I mean, again, the risk is out there, but the risk does seem minimized because they bubble, quarantine, no outside, like your family and all that, you quarantine. I just read about MLS. MLS is actually in Orlando, too. They just restart their season, but they already had playoffs, so some of those teams are gone. That bubble has worked, too.
What about just basketball-wise? Just seeing the game?
Seeing the game, hey, with the digital fans and stuff and the little crowd.
It's different, ain't it?
It is different, but I actually like it, though.
Yeah. It's
I don't know how the players, some of them, when they get interviewed, social justice messages, so I get that. But some of them, saying about their game, but they haven't mentioned, oh, my goodness, I miss fans in the stands where I need the energy. Like, you want fans in the stands, but they haven't said lack of them. I haven't been able to perform. The people in the area, whoever doing the sounds and the visuals and all that, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because when you just look at it, you're thinking like, oh yeah, that's no fans there, but you glance, you're like, oh shoot, somebody there. Then you hear the crowd noise and the boo. It's like, okay, yeah. I'm feeling it.
So I was just talking to my boy Gerondo. He does my lining on my beard and everything. So
shout out
to my back. There you go, plug right there. I got you, bro. Holla at him. But no, so he asked me the same question, like my thoughts on seeing this NBA, and I know it's different because you don't have the fans, but I love how it's intimate, and not because you don't have the fans. You can hear the players chatting more.
And the curse words, too. It's raw and uncut.
I always like to see that, behind the scene. I always say, like, behind the scene kind of vibe to it. But just seeing, I think the players play more freely, too. Because you don't have the fans right on the court where you're scared to, like, dive and, run harder. Because you have the basket, the stanchion right under, right above the sideline. Now you have all this space. And it's just focused on just playing basketball.
It's almost like they're doing pickup. They're doing like straight.
Exactly.
I can be me.
Exactly.
That's it. Just me.
And then you don't have no kind of home court advantage. Nope. It's just we out there, we balling, we gonna see what's happening. So I actually I know it's not gonna be forever, hopefully, with this situation. But I just like overall, how the game is being played. The playoffs starting in the next about week and a half, so it should be very exciting. Have there been a team that stood out to you so far since the restart has happened?
Well, when our special guests come on, we'll talk about a certain
Uh-oh,
team.
uh-oh,
But they're
uh-oh.
good, though. You know what I'm saying? They're good. I mean, they were already good and probably at the number one spot anyway, right? Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Before we had the
they-
pause, so,
Yeah, her team clinched the official number one spot yesterday.
So, yeah, they're doing good. On the East Conference, Giannis. Oh, I heard a rumor, too, about Giannis as far as somebody trying to pick him up.
Giannis.
I'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, the Warriors.
And who they trying to give up?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa,
Yeah,
Draymond.
We're talking about Draymond.
And the first round pick?
And has to be more than that too, to get Giannis. The Bucks are going to demand a high ransom to get to take him away from Milwaukee.
But will Milwaukee really? I mean, I know GMs always listen to offers. Even if you thinking no, but you all listen to offers. But you think they would bite on that? You giving up too much.
It has to be a outstanding offer. Like I said, it has to be years of getting first round picks, stuff like that.
So let's just say if Milwaukee goes to the finals, they could play against Lakers, and Milwaukee loses. You think Giannis is going to still try to leave? Because he can build off of that. I mean, this is the closest he'll ever been.
It's funny because it can go both ways. If he loses, then he may feel like that was my only shot. So I may have a better chance going and playing with Clay and Steph Curry since they've been there.
Man,
all 2000.
Only shot. Giannis is young though. Your only shot. Come on. See the mindset of players from like 20 years ago. We ain't do it. Try it again.
Yeah.
We gonna get it, and eventually Goliath gets defeated.
Yeah.
And that's why I hope you don't think that. But I know this is an abnormal season, but still, like when is that we haven't gotten that far? The next season's supposed to start, huh? Are they not doing?
From what they said previously, it may be around Christmas time.
That's dope though, because they always had Christmas Day games anyway. Like NFL had Thanksgiving, NBA had Christmas anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, this new schedule, what we're doing now, may be a thing of the future, like I've said before. But yeah, Eastern Conference, I can see Giannis, Western, Lakers. Now again, Raptors though, no people try to sleep on them, but don't do it.
Saying,
don't sleep on the Raptors without Kawhi, they can still pull it off.
Yes.
But I still think Milwaukee can do it too.
And see, I feel that the Raptors could be Giannis's kryptonite.
You think?
Yes. Like how for a few years the Pistons were Jordan's kryptonite until, like you say, he stayed and got better and got over the hump. But I think right now the Raptors could be that team for Giannis. The Raptors, they play better as a unit than Milwaukee does. And Milwaukee is still in that.
Okay.
Still
I
in
can
that
see that.
transition of learning how to win.
But I thought they
The
had the
Raptors-
last 2 years to figure that out. That's my thing. When I hear that, I'm like, but they've had
But
it.
last year, who beat them in the Eastern
Oh,
Conference
yeah,
Finals?
Kawhi, but he's not here this season, though. That's different.
Right, but you have the guy. One guy that's left. That was Kawhi. Everybody else is still there.
Yeah, and they know how to play as a team.
Right.
They already had that veteran. Look, okay.
Boston and Miami, I would say watch out for them too. It just kind of depends on the matchup, but I like both teams as well.
I do. I just still now with the young Boston, that'll be that's gonna hold them back. Kemba, this is his first year with them, and he's not technically playing, but still, I don't see Boston. They need that one strong good. They had the pieces, but
I mean, Tatum is that dude.
yeah, to get them over that hump though, he may need another good year. They can do it, going to playoffs far, but I still can't see them taking down the Raptors or Milwaukee. Don't forget, it's not just one game. You're doing a few games. We do playoffs.
We have a 7-game series.
Hey, that's what I say. That's when it exploits people. That's why when you say you can't get over that hump, because people can win a game here, game there. The regular season and playoffs, two different beasts.
Thing.
Exactly.
So in the West, he asked me my top 3. I had Lakers, I had Clippers. Then I was fighting about the next team. I thought about it.
What'd you say? I'm mumbling like what you say.
The Nuggets.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Rockets. I'm like, oh.
And because I posted the question yesterday on our page on Twitter and Facebook and everything. I'm like, will the Rocket style help them in the playoffs? And I feel like because in a series, 7-game series, going from one round to another, they're gonna be worn out because they don't have enough size.
Size, okay, that'd be my number 2 issue. Number 1, with Rockets, with Westbrook and Harden. Again, they're dynamic, separate. Together?
What you gonna say?
Dude.
What you gonna say?
Because y'all know your boy, the coach, what's his name? Head coach of Rockets.
Mike D'Antoni.
Y'all know he like that wild up and down running gun and stuff, and that is not sustainable. Y'all saw that in the playoffs last? Oh my gosh.
They call him. They call him Mike D'Antoni because he doesn't play deep.
He doesn't, and that's why he like that running gun, and that's not sustainable for 7 games. Y'all were close, but eventually he fell flat. And when they traded CP3, I'm like, he wasn't the problem. It's Harden. Oh, come on, not anybody. It's a lot of Harden fans, Rockets fans. I get it. Again, Westbrook, Harden separate, dynamic, hard, cold.
So
together, that style doesn't work to get you to the finals.
So I brought up the Nuggets earlier, and I'm going to play this cut here. And this is, to me, the reason why I feel that the Nuggets are a team to definitely watch out for. Make sure the volume is good. All right, here we go.
So I'm trying not to overreact to this, but my gut tells me that last night a star was born for the Denver Nuggets. A star who will change their franchise going forward. Everything you said, so true. You have 6'10", and he's making 42% of his threes this year. And I know he's been making them mostly in the shadows because he's only started 3 games. Right. And he was forced to start this one yesterday because there was no Jamal Murray, there was no Gary Harris, there was no Will Barton. Right. So they needed him to step up and play. He's been in the doghouse, in and out of the doghouse all year for Mike Malone because he won't crash the boards the way Mike Malone believes he can.
Especially at 6'10".
That's what I'm saying. Mike Malone sees him as easily averaging double-digit rebounds.
Right.
And so last night he had 9 by halftime. And you look at, my God, when you make 12 to 16 shots, 4 or 6 as you went from 3, and you come up with 12 rebounds, and he said after the game that he had to text his head coach 3 times to apologize for the previous game
in which he had one rebound because he's better than that.
Yeah.
So I can't attest yet because I haven't seen enough of him. He's played he's appeared in 50 games so far this year.
Right.
This is it. He's still like Zion. He's just getting his feet wet.
There you go. Talking about Michael Porter Jr. So he had an incredible game 2 nights ago. Then today he had another 30-point game. So as long as this guy, and I know Stan, if he's watching or listening or whatever, he's going to be like, there you go, Michael Porter Jr., because I've been big on him since he went to Mizzou.
Yeah.
But
he got a lot of hype. And
if he stays healthy, but my thing is, we know he can score. But now, can you play defense? Because if you play defense, you're going to stay on the floor more. You stay on the floor more, you can score more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially going to the playoffs.
Hey, I think he's trying to earn his way to stay on the court longer, so he better start learning defense. But again, the truth will come out. I don't know. But the offensive-wise, his numbers are looking good. Like you said, these last 2 games, we knew he had the potential. We had the hype for a reason. Unfortunately, he had the injuries. But I hopefully this is really his time to shine. This bubble, he really going to be like, okay, I do belong here. I wasn't overhyped,
You're right.
So let's just see this defense come out slowly but surely. Then he's going to be truly an all-around player.
All right, so before we bring on our special guest, one last thing in the NBA. Do you really think J. Cole has a chance?
Anything's possible. Hey, man, the one time y'all didn't think Master P had a chance, right?
Make him say,
I'm just saying, anything's possible. So I'm hoping he does make it. Hey, you got people out here dreams they let go to the wayside, and J. Cole trying to bring his up again. So hey, I don't want to see. Let's see what happens.
Yep. So the Pistons, they said, come on over during the off season.
What do they have to lose, right?
Let's try them out and see what goes down. So J. Cole, good luck to you.
Yeah, hope the best for you. Hope you ball your heart out. Tell them you earned a roster spot.
Right. So without any further ado, for those watching for the first time, thank you once again. This is your Wednesday Night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. Make sure y'all show love by following us on all them pages on the bottom of the screen. Show your love to your sports friends, and go on YouTube. Click on that bell. Here we go.
I'm like,
that right there.
I'm gonna get that for you. I'm gonna get a real one
That
here for
right
y'all.
there. So anytime we go live, you will be notified. You know what that means? It's time to bring on our special guest. See, we were already friends on Facebook, but I didn't really meet her. Mm-hmm. And we can talk about this in a minute. But she could dance, y'all. That's all I can say. She know how to do her thing. She holds things down pretty much every day throughout the week, doing her trap Zumba. Will be live on Facebook like around 1 o'clock time, holding things down, so energetic, and she brings something different to the show. We've had so many different guests, where there's been coaches, players, cheerleading coaches, etc. And it's time to hold, well, not time, but we always hold things down for the ladies. But this show here is why it's called Ladies Night. So everybody, show some love to our special guests. Miss Purple Rain, DeJanel Freeman.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What's up, y'all?
It is great to have you on the show. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Can't complain at all, really.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's a pleasure to have. And I got to go ahead and say it, y'all. Shouts out to her headsets, man.
Listen. When you got kids, I had to go to my daughter to get these headsets, y'all. Real talk, because I literally didn't have any headsets that I could use for this. So here we go. Shouts out to my daughter. Moo in the building with the unicorn headphones. We're going to rock them, and they purple.
Hey.
So we jamming.
There it is, y'all. She coming in. So let's get this out the way right now. Where did Purple Rain come from?
Oh, wow. Okay, so purple is my favorite color, obviously. The name of my company is Grapevine. And then Prince is like one of my all-time favorites, and Purple Rain in the movie and just everything just kind of spoke to me. And I was like, you know what? That's me. You know what I mean? And I actually adopted that name when I was doing burlesque dancing. My stage name was Purple Rain, and I just kept it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's been, back then, a little bit of a debate about, better artists, MJ, Prince.
Oh my God. And this is something that I really can't choose. I would never choose.
Hard.
You know, because they are who they are for different reasons. And I feel like they're kind of in different categories, really. MJ is more of a all-around performer, entertainer. Prince is like a stone cold musician.
Right.
Like his musicianship is unmatched. Probably will never be anybody that comes remotely close to his genius level in that area. But yeah, I would never choose. Never. Never. Couldn't get me to do it even if you paid me to. I wouldn't do it.
Smart answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah, like you said, definitely two incredible artists.
Incredible.
I feel MJ, if he wanted to, he could have done just as much in regards to.
And I agree with you. You know, it just goes back to different situations and different deals and different things like that. Prince and Michael probably, if I'm not mistaken, had very different deals. So they were able to do different things within those deals. And I just feel like Prince got to really showcase his artistry a bit more. Michael was a bit more controlled. And that's evident. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So, but love them both dearly. You know, genius level. Never be another.
Never be another.
Never be another.
Shouts out to Miss Alice Williams. She's definitely a follower of the show. She says purple is also her favorite color.
Yay! You know what? Purple just speaks to me. it's just, you know what I mean? When you wear your purple, you feel good. You know what I mean? Purple is royalty.
Royal, exactly.
You know, and it does that for me. I wish I could wear it every day, but that'd be obsessive. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love it that much.
That's what's up. So earlier I said it is Ladies Night, obviously because of, Bunny and our guest today, Miss Purple Rain. I'm just calling her Purple Rain. Forget her government name.
Yeah,
That's how. It's just Purple Rain. You know, that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? But last night was a very historical night for the state of Missouri. So we got to show some love to these ladies.
Much love.
Girl magic at the
yeah.
Shouts out to Corey Bush, Ken Gardner, to Shara Jones, Kimberly Ann Collins, Angela Mosley, Alicia Kennedy. Incredible night last night.
I hope this is turning time for some Missouri politics. Woo,
Yes.
just the beginning.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
Such a sight to see. I actually have a funny story with Tashara, actually. Years ago, when I first had my daughters, her son, I actually worked as a receptionist at the daycare that her son attended, and that's how I met Tashara. So she's been jamming and pounding the pavement for the city for a long time. That had to have been 13 years ago, 14 maybe, because my daughter just turned 14. So she's been out here like really, really, really putting in the work for the people and consistently. Like, so shouts out to Tashara.
She actually has came to my church a few times, not even just to be there to promote herself, but just to be part of the service. So I met her a few times. She's been to our service, but once again, just shouts out to her and the other ladies, man, who are holding things down.
Job well done.
Yes.
Job well done.
And this is just the beginning.
Way to put on for the ladies, y'all.
Right, most definitely.
Yeah.
And like you said, a change, man.
Look, now change gonna come. Change is happening.
Yes.
It's right before your eyes.
And it's just such a sight to see because women are like in the forefront of a lot of movements happening right now. So, shouts out to all the women out there, making big moves, being strong, not being intimidated in male-dominated fields and just, doing your thing. I salute you.
Salute. A couple of comments here from Miss Williams. She says truth in regards to what you said about purple.
Yes.
And the meaning.
Yes.
She says, when I met my English relatives, I found out my maternal grandmother's favorite color was purple.
Come on now.
All right.
Then when I brought up the ladies who won last night, she says, woohoo! She says, I was unaware of Corey Bush until one of her campaign workers called me. So I looked at her.
Same for me. So
I looked at her platform, liked it, and voted for her.
Thank you. Simple. Old school. Call us. Okay.
Yeah, because everything is so digital now. But if you could really reach people, your campaign can go so much further. You know what I mean? So that was dope because I got a few calls and a few texts from different campaigns, and I was like, okay, well, let me look into this. I would have never done that had it not been for those calls and those texts. I believe how they get my number, but it's public record.
Right.
So that's that. But that's definitely a great marketing strategy to get people to put on because I didn't know her. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was the only way that I was able to find out about her.
Let me tell you what happened with Alicia Kennedy. So I never heard of her up until a week ago. She appeared on my Instagram timeline, and I was like, "Oh, sister girl, wait a minute!" And I reached out to some of my sorority sisters who are in Kansas City. So I'm like, "Hey, did you know we got a sister running da 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 da?" And I know she had Kansas City ties. She's like, "Oh yeah, she's ran for mayor in the past." And I'm like, "Okay." St. Louis person didn't know that, so I spread that message to my family because I'm like, look, did y'all know that? Because that name, if you're not, marketed or looked at or called, you wouldn't know. Sometimes when you come to elections, there's so many stuff going on in these ballots. I looked her up, got what I like to see. I was like, okay. Looked up the ballots. I said, Harry, this is what your ballot's gonna look like, but make sure when you see that name, vote for her. Because sometimes when they have other names on the ballot for the same position, you don't know who was who.
Yeah.
This is
us.
This her. Canada, this us, okay?
This us.
That's it. So we know this is a sports talk show, but we know this also is a big moment, you know what I'm saying, for our state and just for history overall. So we had to definitely take time and acknowledge, like you said, black women rock.
We do. Rocking.
We rocking right now, man. And truth be told, we always rock. People just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Exactly.
Now it's time to get y'all shining.
Exactly. Hey, we talking about women in sports. We talking about our dance instructor. Hey. We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Y'all just now taking notice, but we been here.
We been here.
So with that being said, I'm gonna step away from the show and have them take over for the rest of the show. I would have
We can carry the show.
We handle it. You know we hold it down.
I'm going to focus on being a producer for the show. That's it, you know. But no, so everyone watching for the first time, thank you very much. This is your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. If y'all watching on Facebook and you want to comment, show our guest, Miss Purple Rain, some love, you have to comment under the platform sports talk show page, or just go on Twitter on our page or on YouTube as well, and bring them comments in so the whole world can see your comments and we can interact with each and every one of y'all. Ms. Williams says Lacey Clay, who had the position for the last 20 years, said that he didn't even campaign until he realized who Cori Bush was.
That was more or less arrogance and being comfortable.
Then all of a sudden he felt something coming behind, like, wait a minute, what's happening? Now you want to go ahead and put out some stuff, in the news, trying to, degrade her and everything.
Yeah, it was some petty degradation too. Yeah. Petty stuff. I'm like, ooh, that's petty.
She says also Ballotpedia is a good resource too. You can look up your ballot, see who's running, and get information on them.
Thank you.
So for those who are trying to find out about who to choose, what's going on with their background, the whole nine, Ballotpedia.
Yeah, but this is just the beginning. November is the next big one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a doozy.
So I heard you discuss this earlier with Bunny, but your love for the Lakers.
Yeah, man. It started. Now look, no, for real. Like I was telling Bunny. Originally, I used to watch, basketball, and we would sit and watch the playoffs with my mom, and it was MJ. MJ was end all be all. We didn't want to watch a game if it wasn't MJ. But somewhere, I think my sixth grade year, middle school, Kobe hopped on the scene, and I was just kind of smitten with him. Watched every game, begged my mom for as much Kobe gear as I could. She probably got me only half of the things that I begged for, but
she did something though.
Yeah. And, right. Thanks, Mom. And just followed his career until he retired, actually. I fell in love with his family, beautiful girls. Shouts out to the girls, the Kobe girls. Natalia, rest in peace, Gigi, BB, and Capri. Just a great dude. I like genuine, solid people. And he just have displayed that to me from day one. Even with the little scandal, wasn't really nothing. I didn't think of him any less, and appreciated his wife. Even being young, appreciated his wife for sticking with him and not letting the media and people talking her ear and get her to leave her husband, because you see what it turned into.
Right.
So shouts out to them, man. Heart was really heavy the day that he passed, and actually I saw it and thought it was a joke. I don't know why I thought it was a joke, but I just couldn't believe that was the reality of that day. But it was, and it still affects me to a degree, because it's like a void is there now. I don't have that thing. Like, I would joke with my boyfriend all the time about Kobe, and he's probably sick of it, but it's real, because like I said, he's a genuine guy, and he really put on for LA, and his family, period. You can't take that away from him. He died holding his daughter. You know what I mean? So that, if that don't speak to the volume of the man, I don't know what does. So shouts out to Kobe. Rest in peace. I got you. You know what I mean? On my shirt, you and G. You know what I mean?
Love the shirt.
So yeah, that's support there. He gonna get that from me forever.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Where were you at the time when you heard about the accident?
I was at home, like literally I had just woke up, hopped on Facebook, and I'm like, what is this? Then my boyfriend checked his phone. He like, it's true. I'm like, what you mean it's true? So I'm like, I'm on Google. I'm like trying to figure this out. Like, is this really, really the real? Because people are sick, and sometimes you do have hoax out there, and people be like,
unfortunately,
yeah. And so I was like, yeah, this is real. And then when you see people start making statements and stuff like that, that's when you know, like, it's legit. And I cried about it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it was just something that I really didn't expect that day, and because he was such a pivotal, influential person in my upbringing, in my childhood, in pop culture, period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it hit me really bad, and still does, actually. every time I think about it. Even when the autopsy report came out, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it didn't make things no better when you saw the
and I was like,
graphic details.
That's I mean, yeah, like I don't no words. I'm fumbling now because I don't even have the words to say about that, because that's just a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
But just to know that in their final moments they had each other, because I'm pretty sure they was scared out of their brains. You know what I mean? And their worst fear happened. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Be like Kobe.
And we had this conversation back a few months ago during the time of his passing, and we was like, you just had that moment where you felt like you're going to see him all of a sudden on TV saying, hey, we right here.
Yeah, like
that's the kind of person that he was. You know, like he going to overcome this and
bounce back and
right here. Wait a minute, I see there's some hands moving. It's like, there we go.
Or like I could believe that he was in a helicopter crash, but it's just like you just expect for him to be like, okay, I survived that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we look at him as this superhuman
Invincible.
being. Yeah. And so, but it's like you're not hopping out saying you all right? Like what's going on? Like this is ridiculous. So this is not a drill. This is actually happening. Like boom. So, and then like once I heard, I was just like, I hope that none of his kids was on board with him. And then when it came out that Gigi was there as well, I was just heartbroken, because sometimes your children can feel a void that you left, right? As we all know, Gigi was way on track for being just as good as him, if not better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she's gone. So now we don't even have a prodigy of him, because unless one of his younger girls picks up the basketball, but we don't know that yet because they still pretty young. And Natalia does her own thing. But we don't have that. We was looking forward to seeing her playing the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was shining light on WNBA as well to bring more awareness for when his daughter got there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a hell of a setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Smart
saying?
move on his part,
Oh, yeah,
too.
definitely.
Setting up that legacy line for you.
Definitely. You know what I mean? And as a parent, it's your job to put your children in position to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, kudos to Kobe, man. Like, it don't get no better. I can go on for days.
That's what we do here on the platform. And it seems like he was just getting started.
Yeah. Like he was just really blossoming after his basketball career.
I mastered this.
Right.
Now, let's get into the Hollywood stuff.
Let's talk about the short film. Do you know, when I watched that, I like tears, like it just uncontrollably. Like I'm like, this guy just telling his story of how he fell in love with the ball, and how many young boys and young girls. I played basketball. I started playing in middle school. I played in high school as well. How many kids do you think he inspired with that alone? You know what I mean? Okay, Kobe feel the same way I feel about basketball. Let me work as hard as Kobe. Let me get up at 4 a.m. and, you know what I'm saying, pound this thing. Like, that's motivation.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So, man.
You know you've done something remarkable to people's lives if your name becomes a verb. When people say, Kobe.
Yes. You know what I mean? So,
Kobe
like.
mentality.
What?
I love it.
Who else can do that? Not too many people can say that. That's how you know you're impacting.
Mamba mentality.
Yes. Mamba. Because that thing
mentality.
is a killer.
It is.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
So, and Miss Williams says, yay, Lakers. Says, I watched them when Kareem was playing. I loved his skyhook. And then in regards to Kobe's death, it was such a shock. Yeah. So you brought up a lot of nice Kobe references. What about just the Lakers as a team?
Okay, so my uncle, shouts out to my uncle Rico, been a Lakers fan since I was born. Like I'm born in '87. I can remember him busting his Laker jackets and Laker hats, and but that was back when Magic and everybody was. The greats.
The Showtime Lakers.
Right. Yeah. The Showtime Lakers back when they had the feud with Bird and them. And I just love the game, man. Like, the Lakers organization is just powerful as hell. In any conversation you bring them up in, they're going to be the dominant force. I love them. Real talk. Like, they the truth. When they get all their pieces together and really get their teams to gel, they kick ass. Like, it's inevitable.
And then, like we discussed earlier, the Lakers, as of yesterday, claimed the top spot in the West.
And I'm gonna go on record
Uh-oh.
because I'm not a LeBron fan.
Oh.
I'm not. But
Why is
but
that?
there's a clause. There's a clause.
However, comma.
Because when LeBron first came in, Comey was dominating, right? So I couldn't hop bandwagons and hop on LeBron because he's the phenom. I don't roll like that. So I wrote it out with Kobe, right? LeBron was he was just there. I'm just say that.
She couldn't even make room to be a
So
co-fan.
now,
Nope.
No co-fan.
so now that Kobe is gone and LeBron is a part of the organization, I have no choice but to respect it because Kobe gave his blessing. So with that, shouts out to LeBron.
So you couldn't be a co-fan. You couldn't make room to be like, Kobe got my heart. It's my favorite player, but I still like and I'm still give LeBron some love. You couldn't do that in the early stages?
Because LeBron is such a juggernaut. Like, I am a co-fan. Like, I love Steph. I love CP3. That's about it. As far as, like, who I feel like I could watch anytime and their game is, like, super exciting, those, and LeBron is a beast. He just doesn't speak to me as Kobe did or as Steph or CP3. Those my top three right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we discussed the Lakers, but let's take it all the way back to when did you find your love for sports, period?
Oh, okay. So this is going to be a good one. I am one of 7, right? 5 of those are boys, okay? They're all on top of me.
Choice.
I didn't have a choice. I pretty much did everything they did. Like I said, I played basketball. I played softball. I ran track. Of course, I did the girly stuff, cheerleading, and what else I do? Band, concert band, marching band. Listen.
She was all around and said everything.
And mind you, a lot of this stuff.
Or ball, she was there.
Yeah, we climbing trees. I'm like, don't leave me. Like, I was, whatever they did, I did. And so, and then my dad is a phenomenal baseball player. He was going to go pro, but he tore a ligament in his shoulder. So, like, when I started playing softball, he would, like, come to all my games and stuff. And, like, always been super supportive. Shouts out to my dad. Favorite sports team of all time, Steelers Nation. Had to throw that out there for my dad since this is a sports talk show.
Watching.
What's up, Pops? I love you so much. One of my biggest supporters. My dad supports everything I do. Even when I was doing burlesque, my dad came to support me. That's how much my dad is, like, in my corner. Like, no matter what you're doing, I got your back. Shouts out to the real Pops of St. Louis. You know what I mean?
TV show coming out.
Because I just got to highlight that because that's what a lot of young girls are missing. You know what I mean? Like, their relationship with their dad, it really, really makes you a different woman. Like, I'm different because I have a relationship with my pops. You know what I mean? If I didn't have that, I would be a different person. So I always encourage people, encourage fathers, especially if you have daughters, like, be there for them, man. Don't matter. Be there for them.
There it is.
Show up. I know it was times he didn't want to come out there. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? I actually played with his glove that he played with in high school, so that was real special. He gave it to me, like, here you go. Since you're playing,
that legacy,
since you're playing, and my brother, I have a big older brother, but he doesn't play sports, so it was me. You know what I mean? So I was like the one that was doing everything, and so he supports me. And shout out to my big bro Joey. He supports everything I do as well. Like, I have a great support system with everything I do. Really, they just stand behind me and push me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So pretty much your inspiration, biggest one has to be your pops.
Oh yeah, and don't let my mom listen. Don't tell my mom. But definitely, because I just feel like I'm more like him than my mom, if that makes sense. We kind of have more in common. Naturally, our temperament is kind of the same. We kind of enjoy the same things. I always joke with him about I get my style from him. My dad's sharp as a tack. And I feel like I got that from him. Just little things when you get older, you kind of can see like, okay, I got that from my mom, I got that from my dad, and this and this and this. And me and my dad are super close, and I wouldn't trade him for nothing.
Yeah, doing Father's Day.
I know, right? Don't make me cry here, man. Because it's real. You know what I mean? Like, I can't buy that. You know what I mean? And I got you, Pops.
Genuine.
Yeah.
You got from your Pops.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear.
Yeah.
Let's see. Miss Williams says, I remember when LeBron entered the NBA. I didn't think he could be as good as everyone was saying, but he is. I like his approach to the game. Then she has a personal dad story. She says, my dad and I watched Star Trek together. He encouraged my interest in science. In fact, I think I got it from him. So shout out to all the dads.
Man, big ups.
Shout out to the dads.
Let me ask you a question, Miss Purple
Of
Rain.
course, anything.
We're going to go back to LeBron and Kobe.
Okay.
The big debate.
Okay.
The Kobe and MJ. But then now, the whole GOAT of LeBron better than MJ, let alone Kobe now. I'm like, whoa. So give me your two. I know you did with Prince and MJ with Michael, but now.
Okay, I'm going to keep it all the way a book. So I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say, like, LeBron still has work to do. He's not eclipsed Kobe. He hasn't eclipsed him yet. He still has work to do. That's my opinion.
On the court, specifically.
I'm not saying that he is not great, because LeBron is, like, respect, but he's not better than Kobe. He ain't there yet.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing that people feel that the reason why he's not to that next level, as you're saying, is that he doesn't have that killer instinct like Kobe Bryant.
Definitely. Kobe, you could see it in his eyes, man. Like, or like I know you've seen the famous clip where he didn't flinch when you put that type of thing. Like, LeBron ain't got that. LeBron be crying all over the court.
I'll say this.
Kobe plays injured, sick, almost dead. He was almost dead one time he played. Like, come on, man. Like, LeBron will cry his little butt. Love you, LeBron. You Laker Nation now, but you cry, man. Like,
he cried. The crying, I say that is not big to me. The issue, I say, LeBron, when he's in the finals, he's proven he hasn't won every time. When MJ and Kobe have reached the final. Well, Kobe did lose one final with the Celtics.
Yeah.
But the killer instinct, LeBron has it, but he doesn't have it consistently.
Yeah.
You'll see some games where LeBron like, I got to take it over. The biggest time was in Cleveland. And not the first round of Cleveland, the second round of Cleveland.
Yeah.
You saw a killer instinct come out. Hey, as Golden State, let's put an asterisk. Draymond didn't play that game.
But then
ask him though, you know who took off? Hey, I'm about to get this ring, right?
Yeah.
Killer Instinct was in that series though, not just that game, but that series. And then at the Heat though, when they went to the final, they lost to the Mavericks and they lost to the Spurs.
Yep.
He didn't have what he needed to. So it's like he has it. He knows a killer instinct, but it's not consistent.
And I will go out on a limb and say that I think they're gonna take it this year.
Yeah, you're gonna have a little haters in there, but
because you gotta think about it. Like, I look at things from a very, very different perspective, right? So we lost Kobe this year, right? I feel like, have y'all ever seen that movie, The Sixth Man?
Yeah.
With Kadeem Hardison? I feel like Kobe's gonna be their sixth man. I feel like he's gonna carry them right through the ship, and because that's what I feel like needs to happen. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's who I'm picking.
If you happen to hear like a voice in the background, her guys here in the background, like basically fighting all her arguments.
Right, wants to be against so bad.
He just gotta keep it every time.
Hey,
He's a ball. He make it like no.
And Miss Williams has a great point, which I was going to bring up actually, is that maybe. Yes, Kobe has that killer instinct, like give me the ball, I'm gonna shoot the last shot mentality. LeBron is more about getting everybody else. And
I agree with that. And that's one of his arguments most of the time, is that Kobe was a ball hog. But I will say, I feel like he outgrew that. When he first came in, he was way more of a ball hog than he was when he left. Like, you couldn't pay him to pass you the ball type of thing. You know what I mean? But when he stepped into that leadership role, I felt like he was actively trying to share the ball more with his teammates. I could honestly see
And-
that. Even though he was still a big scorer, but still.
And then, truthfully, it was years that Kobe Bryant had no choice but to be a ball hog.
Right. Exactly.
Got him his championship.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's one thing I'm like, people said a lot. Ball hog got him his championship. They said the same thing about Michael. He got championships with the ball hog.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You know, like sometimes you got to beat that guy, in which I don't care how
Exactly.
you
You
feel,
can't
but I'm
win.
just go ahead and attack and score and do what I got to do to get our team a win.
I think people sometimes of the newer generation look at how Golden State operates.
Yeah. and
Technically, that's a phenomenon. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, they got killer instincts, all of them. But do we see like a true ball hog and say, I mean, let's take the Warriors without KD. I don't see it like that. And with KD was with them, I'm like, nah, I still don't see it. Ball hogs per se. But they still have their own time to be selfish. And their selfishness has won them games and championships, though. I mean, to be a team player, or sorry, a coach's team like Pop and the Spurs, again, they play team ball, all right? You really don't have any. You have some stars, but you can't
But they
really
play
be
team
that.
ball, yeah.
Right, and that's not going to work for everybody, especially every player. That's just not some people's DNA to be
Exactly.
effective. So Pop got some good group of guys that is rare too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he rarely had a team in which the offense would go right through just one person.
Yeah, right,
It
right,
was set for multiple people to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Not just one person.
right.
Miss Williams says LeBron wants team to win. She says maybe so, but near the end of his career, Kobe had that 80-point game, which was epic. But his team lost that game, which I believe that the Lakers actually won that game.
You talking about
against
the last
Raptors.
season?
His-
80
yeah.
point and the
No, the 80-point game was against the Raptors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
And,
one.
and that was the
yeah.
game that the Lakers did win. And then she says that is true. Kobe did take over sometimes because he had to. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
It was just a moment. Like with LeBron, that's why I always said he couldn't stay with Cleveland his first go around because he felt like he didn't have the pieces that can propel him to win a title.
That was again, good GMs know, okay, they knew LeBron was coming. After a couple of years, look, y'all know y'all need to get the pieces in there or this is not going to work.
And
The
that
coaching and the
actually,
pieces. And they didn't
that makes
try.
me think about the Last Dance with Jordan and how Jerry brought those key components in to help Michael, because without that those championships would have never happened.
Right.
Given the greatness that MJ is,
Right.
those championships would have never happened had he not recruited those key players that he recruited.
And so he was villainized in The Last Dance, which some stuff he did was bogus. It was wrong. But the same
But I mean,
time,
when
you
you're
gotta
a
give him
boss
credit.
and when you the leader, you gotta do some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I know like you know how it's emotions. See, as players and fans, our emotions are more into it than from the GM and owners, where it's about business, bottom line, make me that money.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you want to get championships, you really make some money. But Cross did put two separate teams together that got rings with MJ. That's not easy to do either.
Exactly.
I mean, he did some other shady stuff, like I said, but it worked though.
For that. Yeah.
And Miss Williams, she was like, really? In regards to what she thought the Lakers lost. But the reason I know they won the game is because Kobe Bryant probably could have had 100 points that game. But Phil Jackson took him out because they already was blowing him out.
Yeah.
And he's like, Kobe, go ahead and rest for the whole fourth quarter. So he could have had probably easy 100 points.
Yeah.
So then LeBron hung with Cleveland the first time longer than a lot of players with his skill set would have. So that's true because
I agree.
You know, him being from Cleveland, he wanted to do it for Cleveland during that first go around.
I get it.
And when management kept on telling him, "We don't get your pieces, we got you," but then he playing with Danielle Marshall,
Right.
You know, Sasha Pavel, Sasha, whatever his last name is. Delonte West, you know, the guy who slept with LeBron.
I was about to say,
He didn't have the pieces to actually win with that
GM
team.
didn't try. And again, they were looking, I think, more about money because y'all said we can go to the finals with LeBron. You know he's not going to win because the East was really weak back then. You're talking about the early 2000s. So they just like, just get enough to get us on TV in the finals.
And that's what's crazy that LeBron still took that team to the finals.
Right.
Yeah, he's that great then, and the East was that weak too.
Yeah.
So it was both. Pick your poison.
Still took a team with no other All-Stars, no big names, and still went to the
So
finals.
that were Killer Instincts back then as well. I mean, to be able to do that dominant, you talking about again, not just one game here, game there. That's a whole season. When the playoffs come, different beast. Still
I
pulled
agree with
that
you.
off.
I agree with you on that.
Team Clutch Elite Basketball says there were multiple times Kobe could have gone for 80 plus, and Kobe just took him out the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts.
Hey.
And mama mentality, right? It's like, hey, you can't hold it.
He like, okay, if I'm passing the ball 15,000 times and you missing a shot, I would start passing you the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Simple.
And he did.
Simple.
Kobe demanded, got the respect, and how can you argue? I just saw this clip this week, believe it or not. Shaq was asked, no, I'm sorry, it was an interview with Kobe and one of those guys from Tonight Show, I think. And he asked him about what's the one time where you and Shaq got into it. And he said Shaq told him, hey, Kobe, pass me the ball. Yeah. And Shaq had already been, missed like 15 shots or something like that. And he told him, then just catch it on my miss or something.
Right.
Give me the ball. I was like,
that's Kobe for you. And
That's definitely Kobe for you.
He didn't back down for nobody.
Savage.
Yeah, like.
He didn't back down for nobody.
But you gotta admire that though. Like, think about it. When Kobe first came in the league, he was 17, 18 years old, right? Then you got this big monkey beast Shaq. You know what I mean? Like, and to not be afraid to like stand up to him at any given point. Like, he wasn't scared of Shaq at all. You know what I mean? And so that's
crazy.
That's commendable. Like, and for that he earned Shaq's respect. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just saying again, if they didn't have their personal issues, they could have had more rings.
Yeah,
together. Kobe proved his without Shaq, and Shaq got one without Kobe. But they could have had their own dynasty, right?
Most definitely. I wish that duo could have went longer. I was actually sad that happened too. I was like, they trading Shaq, but where he going? You know what I mean? Like, he gone.
And the stars feet.
Yeah,
so, you know.
And Kobe was like, don't worry about it. I got it. I can carry this whole team.
Did.
You know, yeah.
This is Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday night sports light. We yours truly, along with
Bunny
and special guest
Purple Rain.
Oh no!
I mean, you know what, Purple Rain? I'm wondering, is your room or some person in your house has Lakers, Kobe, Purple Rain, Prince, and it Laker Nation on your car? I mean,
no, it's not. But I rep
Laker jackets.
I have hoodies. I have shirts. I have stuff. I have stuff.
LeBron Laker jersey?
No,
you're not gonna do that.
If they win a championship,
okay. I'll go out on a limb. If they win, I'll get a LeBron jersey. There we go.
Okay.
All right, LeBron.
Well,
no pressure.
get ready to put that
No pressure.
No pressure. Put that order in there. So
yeah.
we only got a couple of months. The playoffs should wrap up when?
In the next, they have I think each team has about. Let me make sure. I'm checking right here on.
Because we've been watching these games with these
and it's
virtual
like every
fans.
every day.
I know, what is this? And how do you become a virtual fan? Does anybody know?
Right.
Okay,
I want to be one.
Here. So they have 8 games total, and they're around the 5th game mark.
Okay.
The 4th, 5th game mark right now. So about another week, it'll be time for some playoffs.
I bet. Hold me to this, guys. If they win, I will get a LeBron jersey.
Lakers jersey.
Hey, every show is archived, so
bring it up. Got receipts.
Remember you said.
I will play that clip on this show.
We'll have receipts for you, honey.
I got you.
Get ready. Man, incredible show so far, man. So going back, you said how your father, you being with, having so many brothers, you were doing so many different things. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Sodan. Yeah.
Tiger.
Hey.
Okay.
Came out in 2005. Long time ago. Did I just tell how old I was? I already told y'all what year I was born in, so it don't matter. Because I look good. No, just playing.
It's all that matters.
But I came out in 2005. Like I said, I played all the sports in high school. Concert band, marching band.
You there with Miss Brown?
Yep.
All right. Shout out to Miss
Brown. clarinet player.
Okay.
Yeah, so I read music and
See, that one time in
At band
camp. Yes, yes. And like when I tell y'all, like we used to kick it like band kids kick it like nobody else. I'm telling you. Yeah, I think we some nerds, but we really not. Look like a nerd to you.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
a
what
Kobe shirt,
we
you
used
can't.
to kick it. I'm talking about all the football games. You know, we played all of those home games and the parades, and I mean, it was just a big deal. We played. I played on the Fox stage when I was in high school, middle school. Like,
so she wasn't playing with that drink.
yeah,
She's
like,
like, well, wait a
it was a
minute.
big deal. Yeah, like,
Wait a minute.
and even with my dancing, like I've pretty much been on every stage in St. Louis. Pretty much. I don't know one that I haven't touched.
Did you hoop when you were at Soldan?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which-
I did. I hooped my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. I didn't hoop my senior year because I was bad.
Being
So I
bad.
had
Good girl gone bad.
yeah.
Mm,
I used to, yeah. It's like when I got to my senior year, I just kind of was like, I'm grown, you know, that type of attitude. I was
whatever.
working and I had my own car, you know, like you can't
you were
look
smelling
at
yourself.
Yeah,
Smelling
so I was
yourself.
like, I don't really want to do that. You know what I mean? I was trying to leave at 7th period and stuff like that. So, well, that was bad.
All right, so you played basketball, you played volleyball.
Softball. I ran track. Did one cross country race. That one for me.
Just one, one and done.
Man, listen, cause I'm a winner. Okay, so if I can't be like number 1 or number 2, I don't want to do it.
Ultra competitive.
Yeah, like I'm coming in like 11th and 13th. I was like, I don't want to do this.
But it was just one time. You had to keep.
But it's like the
practicing at it.
distance thing. I'm more of a sprinter. So like the distance thing got to me. I couldn't place high because I just couldn't keep up with
stamina.
them. Yeah.
On Fallon
so,
Park, did you have to run there?
woo, that was the one. I was like, I'll never do this shit. My coach was like, you can do it. No, you can do it. I'm not, no.
You can do it.
But I did really, really good in the.
Don't put me back in.
Yeah, so yeah, I played third base in softball.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm nice. I'm trying to tell you, you're not listening.
I know.
See that deal.
You're not listening, Linda. You're not listening.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm really good. I can throw really good, catch really good. I played PG in basketball, so I ran the point.
All right.
Very strategic.
Okay.
I am impressed.
Yeah, like.
Good resume here.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to enjoy myself. Like, sports for me growing up was always a fun time. So, like, as I got older, I wanted to keep doing it. But like I said, my senior year, I just, you know,
Well,
we don't want to talk
Get
about
loose with it.
we're gonna look past. We're gonna look past 10 years. But
Yeah.
Did your friends also do sports? Play sports?
Some of them.
Okay.
Some of them did. Some of them, like I said, I did cheerleading too. So like when I first came,
busier than the
I know when I first came to Soldan and tried out for the cheerleading team, then I was captain of the B squad. So like I'm always in like a leadership position of some sort for some reason, I don't know. But I did that. Then I was so good that they wanted me to cheer varsity. So I did that. Some of my best friend was the captain of varsity because she's a year older than I am. So she was like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. But as far as like all the sports I played, no. All of my friends didn't play sports. They would come and support, like, hey, Deja got a game. We're going to come watch. We'll do wop. So that was cool. I got some great friends, too. Shouts out to all my friends out there. You know, lots of my friends I've had since middle school, high school.
All
like,
right.
I don't really,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? If I call you a friend, you know what I mean? I've probably been friends with you for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell your friends if they watch it right now on your feed. Tell them to comment under the platform.
Hey, y'all,
And
go
to
comment
that
under
That bill.
the platform sports talk show right now. Just go send some purple hearts or something.
Please do.
Get them comments rolling.
Hit that bell.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is click the that I added on this live. It'll take you right to it.
There you go. And
Yeah.
then we can see your comments on the screen. We can interact. Y'all can show love to y'all girl. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da. Because the more comments that we see, the better interaction, the better stories we get out, the whole nine. So your comments leads this show outside of course, you know, us
Yeah.
right now. Because I always say this since day one. It's not just about us. It's about y'all getting y'all voices out there, commenting the whole nine. So this is why it's called the Platform Sports Talk Show. So a lot of sports you played. Did you have like a favorite sport that you played back in high school?
Oh, my favorite hands down was basketball.
Woo woo! Yeah. Basketball.
I guess I would say that because I'm the physicalness of it and the it's just that adrenaline. You running up and down the court. But softball is kind of like you got dead periods where you're not really. Even though I played third base where it's a lot of action, but baseball is still really slow in general. And you like to this day, if you watch baseball on TV, you like,
here we go.
You know? But the basketball, the intensity of it, and the fans and cheering and all of that is like, can't beat it. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I know they having a hard time with this virtual fan thing because it's like the fans are part of the experience. You know what I mean? You got people in the crowd cheering you on. You want to put on a show, you know, that type of thing. So it's kind of weird to me how all this is happening.
But I like
with
the
these
fake
virtual
noise
fans.
and the fake fan. I mean, because as he stated earlier, it's almost like they just straight out playing ball. Like, I'm not worrying about anything extra.
That's true.
But the fake noise, I mean, we've seen it on TV, so we were in person. I don't know how it seems to them, but to me, I'm like, oh, yeah. I forget there's nobody there because they're playing it off very well. The visuals are good. But, you know, I mean, I know sometimes they do like to chase after a ball, hit the front row, spill somebody's drink. Yeah, they like that too. Right. Every blue moon, but, you know, I think it's working, again, for the circumstance.
Yeah,
so shouts out to the NBA Omega things happening for the viewers right there, out there, should I say. So, went through high school. Did you attend college?
I attended a little small college called Missouri College, where I went and took up visual communications with an emphasis on graphic design. So, so I did that, but then that was in 2005. But then I got pregnant in 2006,
so kind of slow,
and I dropped out. So, and I would encourage all my young people, you know, I could have kept going, but I talked myself out of it. So I would tell you, don't give up. Even if it seems like it's hard, keep going. Although I am still very good at graphic design, though, even though I didn't finish. Yeah, so I do a little bit of that, too.
Did you do your own shirt with the Kobe G?
No, I didn't. Oh. But I'm great at, like, flyers, posters, that type of thing, brochures. I could design whatever you need for that. Yeah.
Got you. So I mentioned this on the intro when I was bringing you into the show. Let me just hit this chord here. It'll kind of get a little better.
Okay.
There we go. But we were Facebook friends, which I guess didn't trip off it. But then I saw you for the first time in person at shouts out to Unlimited. She had her at Unlimited.
Oh yeah, the work brand. And,
you were one of the background dancers for
Allie.
Yeah.
Amazing. Shouts out to my girl Allie and the Amazing Seven. Wonderful woman. Shouts out to them.
Yeah, and it was just an incredible event. Hopefully, once this COVID, eventually it goes down. You don't know, but
don't win,
hopefully when it does, there's something like that again. But I was able to see you in person. And I'm like, look at her just doing her thing.
Yeah.
You know? And then find out, we already.
Yeah.
So it was just mad cool. And I just had to get you on so we can, have your story told.
Appreciate it.
Alice Williams says, if you really like it, you should look into online options, college or graphic design.
Yeah. It's just I'm so far removed from that now.
And then you're doing so much.
I'm doing so much. And I'm also trying to tackle getting my insurance license as well. So I'm like, I'm on that.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
shouts out to Primerica.
Okay.
DJ Shay Money, all of them over there. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Nice.
Been studying really, really hard because I'm trying to pass that exam.
Okay.
So wish me some luck, y'all.
I got
Send
faith
me
in you.
some positive vibes.
Black girl, I just got faith in you, girl.
Thank you. I'm a believer in having multiple streams.
Oh yeah.
So different hustles.
Yeah.
Here,
so like,
so
like I'm pounding the pavement with Grapevine LLC, but I'm also not one note. Like I can do lots of things.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting my feet wet and seeing what I could actually make out of this because the pandemic hit, and like as a performer, I'm not booking gigs right now. You know, as I was booking every month, you know, every other week. I'm not booking anything because there isn't really anything going on like that. So it's always good to have some stuff in your back pocket. You know what I mean?
Yep, most definitely.
Yeah.
She, Miss Williams says, I'm willing to bet there are some colleges where you can get a degree mostly or maybe completely online. So yeah, that
is true.
Will always be
would always be there. Yeah, and who knows? You know, like who knows? I'll never say never. I don't want to ruffle no feathers with this one, but a lot of the things that I'm expert level in, I taught myself. So it's like, you know, I went to college, got so many student loans. I'm still paying them back right now, and I feel like in a way it was a ripoff because I could have basically taught myself.
Hey, truthfully, that's how it is with me.
You're not
like
ruffling
I was never taught drums. I just learned from myself.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like
self-taught.
Like
that's
DJing, I learned all that from myself.
Self-taught.
And then I'll look at other videos and just see what others are doing. And I just add my
and
own
even look at your own things and just
Exactly.
okay, well I need to improve on this.
Yep.
So next time I won't do that. I'll switch that up and do this, and that'll make it better. You know, it's trial and error never hurt nobody.
Exactly.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I just tell people to go for it. If it's something that you feel like you could be good at, give it a try. You know what I mean? It don't hurt. It don't hurt to see what you made of. You know what I mean? Just go for it.
While we're in the pandemic, we had a lot of downtime for a while. People can home, test their skills,
actually,
get better at what they need to do, you know?
That's how the live trap Zumba came about because of the pandemic. Me and my partner, Lucretia, shouts out to my girl, Lucretia Johnson, we were teaching trap Zumba in studio. But when the pandemic hit, no studio, right? So I woke up one morning, I'm just like, really just was like, okay, if they're talking about this pandemic is going to be going on for an extended period of time. Me and my daughters are extremely active. What can I do in home to where we could keep up with our exercise regimen, right? So I'm like, we don't want to be Oompa Loompas. We don't want to be, we don't want to come out of this thing swollen. So I'm like, let's do trap Zumba. You know what I mean? I'm like, we could do it right here in our living room. Go live, get people to do it with us. That's how a lot of people are probably finding out about me, is because I do that trap Zumba on live.
Smart.
You know what I mean? But it really just started out me trying to keep me and my kids healthy and active because we such active people. You know what I mean? And I was like, my daughter can't go to Coca. They can't go to circus. They can't do none of the things that we were doing. So as their parent, it's my job to keep them in order. You know what I mean? And if I let them slack, it's my fault. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep them active, keep them positive because they bored out of their minds. And just keep them doing some of the things that we've been doing, trying to keep that level of activity up like we so used to having.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out, good parenting right there. You said you wanted the screen time to come down a little bit. Because
that's what's missing with these kids. Like I remember we used to go outside and jump rope.
I know,
like,
girl,
or we used to play tag outside.
You
know, like my kids literally won't go outside unless I go out there. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's good or bad, but they don't play outside like normal, like how we did.
They don't know how to play outside.
I'm not going to say normal kids, but how we did when we was coming up.
They don't know how to play outside.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a 14 and my second daughter will be 13. They don't know how to jump double dutch. I was like, I'm slipping. I said, we got to go get us a phone cord. Do they even make those anymore? No. Come on. So, just those type of things is like, I try to stay on them, and then they girls, you know what I mean? So, try to keep them busy because the older they get, the little boys come around, and I'm just like,
sniffing around that corner.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to have to shoot you. Leave my daughters alone.
Yeah, be thinking about stuff. I'm thinking about playing outside. That's good on that.
Leave my daughters alone. But but they're a lot of fun. I really wanted sons, didn't get one. So we make do with what we got, and we have a lot of fun.
That's good. That's good.
That's
keeping them busy.
Yeah.
So, do you follow sports now outside of basketball?
A little bit. I watch a little football. What else? I watch a little bit of baseball here and there. But other than that, basketball is like my go-to thing because I like to be entertained, and so like basketball is very entertaining for me. So anytime a game is on, I turn it on to watch
So
it.
don't ever say my famous line from home. When I see the basketball game on, whomever's playing, and they're not doing a good job, I'm like, I'm not entertained. I'm gonna turn you off.
And is that bad? Because I just like to be entertained.
I need to entertain
So
you,
if
I'm
I'm
turning
gonna
you off.
watch something that's gonna take hours out of my day, I have to be entertained. There's no way around it. I won't watch it.
And especially because you yourself is you pride yourself on being an entertainer.
Exactly.
So it's like you want the same, in return.
Yeah. I definitely want to see a show.
Yeah.
I want to see a show.
Entertain me.
Yeah,
I'm hustling, working hard.
Yeah.
we look, we all work, we hustle hard, we do this, and we want time to relax and be entertained. We want y'all to do y'all job.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we maybe not be ticket holders, but still, we watching on TV.
I'm trying to figure out how to become one of those virtual fans. Does anybody know?
We gotta Google and take it from there. I have no idea.
Because I would love
All you
to.
gotta do is go to NBA.com and there's a section.
Really?
It's so simple.
Why am I just not hearing about this guy?
Hey,
It is so
but
simple.
now you got it.
I got it. I'm
Run
on
with
it. I'm on it.
Purple rain. In
Y'all
the
might see me.
stands.
Hey, so make sure that you you got like a platform sports talk show shirt on.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, branding, marketing.
Hey.
Look at this hustle right here. Look at this hustle you doing.
Yeah.
And of course, have Purple Rain.
Hey.
Have you been?
All of
You
it.
already know
I got
how
Zumba
it is.
fitness, you know.
You already know.
Trap Zone Beret, she representing all that.
Represent, y'all.
What was that moment that you fell in love with dancing?
Oh my gosh. I've been dancing since I could walk, really. My dad always said I had like a natural thing. So his mom, rest her soul, love you, Grandma Netta. She they talked about it, and then so she was okay, I got some money, I'm gonna pay for her classes. So my grandmother was actually the first one to invest in my dancing when I was 5. She had me attend Pelagi Wren studio, where I did jazz, ballet, a little bit of hip hop, because hip hop wasn't as prevalent then as it is now. So like she really wanted me to like get the core stuff. So I did ballet, jazz, tap, that type of thing. And then as I got older, I kind of found hip hop on my own, and just ran with it really because of the natural ability that I already had. So, but yeah, so I would say out the womb, I love dance. I can't sit still. Like I don't hear no music, but I feel like I can still dance. Like that's just how I am. Like anytime. So out the womb is when I fell in love with the dancing.
Love it.
Okay, all right.
And I during my younger years got out of college, high school, going to college parties. When I was in high school, I was like a little bit shy going to.
Really?
Yeah. I was like the exact opposite of how I am now. That's how
This
I
is
was.
like breaking news.
Yeah.
I know.
That's how I was my first 2 years in high school.
Yeah.
I went to Bashan.
Okay.
To class.
My little brother graduated from
Shout out
Vashon.
to your
Shouts out to the
B-side.
V.
There you go. Class
I ain't gonna say mine because
2000.
y'all be talking about my school, so I'm just.
Go ahead. Let them know.
They like murdered us and everything we played. Yes.
Oh, they didn't murder you all. They just slaughtered Metro.
Oh my God.
Metro got slaughtered everything, but after I graduated, when the girls basketball started rocking against their champs.
Yeah,
They did after
yeah.
that. But go ahead, V.
Yeah, we could never win against the V in nothing. I probably shouldn't say that on record, but I'm honest. I'm honest.
It's fine because
I know
we're
what
used to it. So
Wait. Y'all did win one thing. Soccer. People forgot about soccer team,
Yeah.
but Sodan
We
was
did
great.
win soccer.
Sodan,
Because shout out to all my Bosnian friends.
Yeah, see, I
Shout out
ain't
to
forget that.
them, man, because they used to be out there. I'm talking about
Sodan was home
killing
for the
it.
Bosnians.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real, because
They did have a big
Because,
deal. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I played soccer.
You did.
There we go.
Wait a minute.
Eastside 97. All right. Takesha hurt.
Yeah.
What's up?
ST.LPD in the building.
Did soccer? I just thought you did
Yeah.
basketball.
So, I played basketball. I played baseball,
but-
tennis, and soccer.
Wait, you
Okay.
did tennis?
Yeah,
Wait a
yeah.
minute, we got more breaking news. Smooth just bringing these facts today about him.
Oh, yeah. So what's crazy is that because I didn't know we had a soccer team or tennis team.
You didn't know, but you didn't know.
I didn't know
Really?
that. So my history teacher, shouts out to Mr. Northway, he was like, hey, I want to rebuild this soccer program, and I want you to play. And I'm like, I don't know, because I ain't know anything about it. You know, but just me being a natural athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go in and see what's happening. So my senior year, we end up winning the PHL.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
No, we tied with Sodan. and then we had to play them in districts
Okay.
at CBC. And they kicked. Well, no. I want to say that because we actually lost by maybe like a goal or two.
Okay, well, that wasn't horrible.
Right,
That wasn't horrible.
Exactly. But we already knew what we was up against because we played them before and got blown out. I mean, everybody.
For real.
Like, we like, oh man, they got us.
Right.
But
Just with the language alone, huh?
the tournament time, we did our thing. Lost by. We always came this close to like scoring like a big time goal that would have probably like helped us maybe get the lead or But yeah, so then was our kryptonite.
For soccer.
Yeah, for
Like I
soccer.
said, every guy.
Please stop.
Yeah, man.
They
Like,
beat you with the language and then on the soccer field they got you too. Goodness gracious.
yeah.
So going back, we kind of took it a whole nother way.
Right.
But going back, dancing wise, I used to be in the club, doing my thing, doing dance routines. Like I was a big
Yeah.
Like I was never the one to go to a club and just go there and just sit on the wall.
Nope, never.
I hate that.
He would leave from that place sweating so bad.
You
he
better.
was dancing
Yes.
the whole
Yes.
night.
What you come here for? What did you come here
He
for?
was. Had
So-
a towel and everything ready to go. He was dead. That was that dude.
I knew I will be sweating. You know, me and my boys, we go there. We already knew before it got packed. We always start doing our little routine on the dance floor. Doing all our dances, all this here and the here.
He did.
All that.
All that.
All this.
All that.
Killing it.
Killing it.
Yes.
So,
every time.
So that was just my thing. Now, I know as a dancer, especially doing choreography, it's all about precision. Knowing when to do a certain move at a certain time.
Yeah.
And doing it with everybody else in sync.
Yes.
How did you develop that?
Whew, okay, so as I stated previously, I've always danced, right? But I didn't choreograph my first piece until my senior year in high school, and it was to ushers, right? So what I try to do when I'm choreographing is try to convey the message of the song that I'm choreographing to, if that makes sense, which will in turn lead me to moves that interpret the lyric of it, right? So it's just a process. Sometimes you might put some stuff together and be like, I don't like that. So you say, okay, well, I'll take that out, put that in, switch that around, boom, 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 and then you got a wonderful masterpiece, right? So it's just about feeling it, really, and what feels good on the body when it's performed. Because a lot of times I'll set something, but then I'll have to like go back and say, well, okay, that didn't transition smooth enough. Or, it's just little things that when you're watching the choreographed piece, you don't think about. But the choreographer has to think about those things. So, it's fun for me, actually, to create routines and stuff. And then I got my daughters and my nephew, they're choreographing now because they've been up under me since they could walk. Now they're choreographing their own stuff. So it's like dope to see. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, have you had an embarrassing moment?
No. I haven't had an embarrassing moment because if I did, I always know how to play it off to where the audience doesn't even know it was an embarrassing moment. And two, I'm too cool for that.
Gotta like that.
Right.
I'm too cool for that.
Mamba mentality, don't make mistakes.
Yeah, and that's rule number one. Like, if you mess up or if something happens, you just keep going. You don't stop. You keep dancing.
That's like when I saw that James Brown movie with Chadwick Boseman, and you saw the seriousness of how James Brown was to his band.
Yeah,
like, the practice. If you slip up on the key, you're getting fined.
It's serious
Perfectionism.
because when
It's
people
needed.
are paying to come see a show,
Entertainment.
right? They're paying their money. So guess what? You have to give them what they pay for. People pay for professionalism. okay, and you on that stage and you missing steps, that's not professional. I mean, you know what I mean? Even though we're all human, things happen, but that shouldn't be a consistent thing. You know what I mean? Like, every job you book, you shouldn't be messing up the choreography. You know what I'm saying? So give people what they pay for. I'm a firm believer.
I think I have an answer. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead first.
Oh, no. I think I have the answer, but who would you like to be a choreographer for?
Breezy all day.
All day. Else. Okay, so I didn't have
Chris
an answer.
Breezy. Even though, and I'm going out on record and saying this again, he's a way better dancer than I could ever be. But I believe that I have some visions and some concepts that he would enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who you have in mind? The
Beyonce, Queen Bee.
Well, okay. I've done a Beyonce tribute twice. I did one Twilight Tuesday, and I did one at Ballpark Village. Love her style. Love her energy. She would be dope as well to choreograph for because she's a woman, so I wouldn't have to worry so much about. Because when you choreograph for men, you have to think about that. Like, don't do nothing too feminine. You know what I mean? So I would have that freedom with Beyonce to do that because we're women. So I could just, pretty much give her anything.
Okay, but Breezy.
But Breezy, for sure, hands down. His energy is unmatched. And his skill level is unmatched. Nobody can do what Breezy does on the stage. Nobody. I'm standing on it. Can't nobody do it. Nobody. I haven't seen it. Where they at? If you got some video, Omarion maybe, but
Usher
for sure. Well, no. Usher is a different beast because like Usher, he got me with like his gliding and his he's real smooth. Breezy is like the wild child.
Breezy started off like that, though.
Yeah, that's why. But yeah, he did. But then he kind of just blew. The beat evolved. It just shot out of him like nobody's business or whatever. So, but yeah, I love Usher Raymond. Love him, and really enjoyed the song they did together, New Flame. Yeah, that was one of my favorites at the time. Pretty much anything Breezy put out, like. I blasted, repeat. People be like, "Can you turn it off?" I'm like, no,
nope. Like, make me.
Nope, make me. Yeah, so, but that would be like my dream job, choreographer Breezy. And
I don't know who needs to hear this, who PR rep.
I know, right?
It's Breezy. But, we got somebody that wants to choreograph, make it happen.
Yeah.
Let this go viral.
I know.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I would like die for real. You could just kill me after that. Yeah.
So once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I'm your boy Smooth, along with
Bunny,
special guest
Purple Rain.
And up next, Joe says Usher, my first crush. Hey, all right, Joe.
Thanks.
So
add to the magic, girl. Come on.
Up next, we have something very special. Before we do Joe Knows, we have something special, man. So I said it on the post to go ahead and get your workout gear ready. Work up a sweat, because we have a video that Purple Rain provided for me. About maybe around 5 minutes long. So we're going to go ahead and have you go ahead and produce the video to everybody. Let them know what this video that everybody about to see.
Alrighty, what's happening? So the video y'all about to see is actually one of my lives that I did with my daughter. So you will see them in the video. Shouts out to them, Raya, Reese, Moo. I love y'all to death. So here it is, Trap Zumba at home with your girl Perp and the girls.
The plugs.
Right. The plugs.
Let's get it. Let's keep it moving. Aye.
All right.
Let's do this. Hey. Y'all good?
We good.
Oh.
Y'all ready? Come on.
There it is right there.
All right.
All right.
Hey,
Hey.
all I can say is, we don't need TikTok. We got you. You don't count down. I said
Just
TikTok
like that.
what?
Hey.
Just like
Purple
that.
Rain said this is where it's at. We don't need a TikTok, okay?
For sure.
So-
it's a full body workout.
So watching that, we see that you had 3 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know people are like, man, I can't even tell you had kids. Like,
Right.
how did you be able to work that out? You know what I'm saying? What? So for the ladies who's watching, who may just had a child like Bunny had one.
Yes.
How old now?
She is 19 months.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So you know,
Okay.
for those ladies who may see themselves like, man, what can I do to get myself back to that?
Get rid
For
of
sure.
To that I'm snatched.
Right. We
look.
don't want
Right.
that muffin top look.
I got you.
Okay?
So, well, the first rule is you got to be active. You got to get up and you got to move. Because even if you change your diet and, you know, all of that, if you're not moving around, you're not going to see much results. Right. But you must change your diet in addition to exercise. Right. So what I do is I do poultry and seafood only. So I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat any no beef, no pork, no veal. Also, I don't drink cow milk. Yes. Cow milk has baby cow growth hormones in it. So it's gonna make you fuller, fatter. I don't drink sodas. Don't eat fried food. What else? Yeah.
You're hurting me, Smalls.
I know.
Killing me because it's a healthy lifestyle, but you're hurting me.
Yeah, no. And
all things I want to eat is great.
yeah, but see,
Well,
this is the
I don't
thing.
soda.
So like, I still eat everything like chili, spaghetti, all of that stuff. I just sub it out. So like, if I want spaghetti, instead of doing ground beef, I'll do ground turkey or ground chicken. If I want chili, ground turkey or ground chicken. I do a lot of turkey burgers, a lot of veggie burgers, turkey bacon. Also do duck bacon.
Oh,
yes.
that's news to me. That's a duck bacon?
Yes, it's very expensive, and I've only seen it at Snooks, but it's like $7, 6 pieces or something. Like it's
she
ridiculous.
fancy now, sure.
But
that's the
fancy
look.
now.
Yeah,
That's the filet
And
mignon.
so- and so really that, in addition to exercising, I work out almost every day. I do 5 days a week and then 2 days off. So in addition to my trap Zumba, I also do jump rope, and I go run in the park, and I do my resistance bands and that type of thing. Because when I had my first child, the doctor was like, "You're never gonna have abs again."
Oh,
yeah,
what?
right.
Oh,
What?
So
Tell me all you want.
that doctor
because
just
that was
just
like-
told mama mentality something she can't do.
Yeah.
Right. Don't.
Yeah, so
told you
that
that,
was
though.
like a personal vendetta for me, to the point where like I've had abs for a while now.
I mean,
You know,
he told you that,
and just being consistent. Nothing is overnight. Everybody's journey is different. You might not get the same results I get, but I'm gonna get you close.
Okay.
And like I said, I've been doing it for so long now, so it's like my body is kind of conditioned to that. Now, if you're just starting, don't try to keep up with anybody. Just go at your own pace, because like I said, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body absorbs foods differently. Everybody's body breaks down foods a little bit different. So it's like you just got to find things that work for you. I also use TLC products. I'm a distributor for them as well. So like if you've been overweight for a while and you want to detox, you do this. I have this ISO tea that we use for detox. I use it myself. Like I actually use these products. Because, you know, you got your holiday weekends where you might eat a whole bunch of stuff, and then come Monday, you like, oh my God, what have I done?
Just do. Right.
So
my
you
body's
know,
screaming at me.
right.
What
So
did you
I'll do a
do?
detox then, and then I always do a multivitamin to replenish anything that may be lost during the detox. Because you're gonna lose some things, but you want to make sure you're putting it back.
Okay.
But yeah, I just say work. My trap Zumba is a full body workout. That's why I offer it to you guys 5 days a week, because it helps. I have people inboxing me and telling me thank you. Like, I've been doing your Zumba every day and I've been seeing results. You know what I mean?
That's
so
good.
It's like that is
Good
the
feedback,
motivation
good
for me
feedback.
to keep going, you know, and hopefully have new clients when studios open back up. So if you really want that body, you got to work for it. There are no shortcuts.
It's just as hard as it takes to get the weight on and stay.
Yeah.
It's hard work to get it off.
And once you get into a routine, it will get easier for you. I promise it will.
So your body gets programmed, like how athletes think.
Yeah.
They get a routine.
Muscle
They program
memory.
Muscle memory, yeah.
That comes at all times with anything you're doing that's involving your body in sports, especially. And my boyfriend and I were watching Last Chance U the other day, and the coach was getting on one of the guys' back because he's like, his muscle memory won't switch. But you can reprogram your body. You just it has to be intentional, and you have to want it as bad as you say you do.
Okay.
There it is. She coming with that knowledge, y'all.
Knowledge.
And once again, to all her friends watching on her live feed, if y'all want to see the video that we had earlier, just go to our page on Facebook or on YouTube, the Platform Sports Talk Show, and enjoy that video.
Yes,
This is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Once again, yours truly Smooth, along with
Bunny.
special guest
Purple Rain.
And now on the phone, she's ready for us. Everything baseball
All right.
and hockey. She also was an athlete. She was a catcher back in her days. We got Joe for Joe Knows. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Hey.
Man, we are doing well. It's an exciting time. Ladies' night. How are you? How have you been enjoying this ladies' night edition of the Platform Sports Talk Show?
I'm liking it and some good music on that video too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Joe, just hearing this incredible interview with Purple Rain, what have been your thoughts so far?
Well, one, I played third base a little bit too, besides catcher.
There it is.
Okay.
And I know baseball / softball is slow, but I enjoy it.
enjoy it too.
I think the majority of the people in the world say it's kind of slow.
From a watching
And then-
perspective, but
I'm gonna have to do some type of Zumba stuff after this baby comes because my hips are killing me.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she is. How many months now, Joe? Are you?
18 weeks.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry,
So
weeks.
you,
Yeah, 18 weeks.
you got a ways
18
to go. But I will tell you that it's beneficial for you to move around a little bit with even while pregnant.
Yeah.
You want to
since
strengthen
the
your
weather's
pelvic
been,
floor.
Yeah, the weather's been incredible the last couple of days. So me and my husband have been trying to walk around the neighborhood as much as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sitting down working at home now. My hips are killing me. So I'm trying to do stretches and walk around as much as I can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful.
Man, that's why you always have to have respect for women, man. Because you go through so much, man, to bring life to the world.
Yeah, man.
I don't wait you can around.
Yeah.
Not just in your stomach, but
Right.
right. You like, oh,
Yeah,
this.
it's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Yeah.
So definitely, once again, salute to all the ladies out there watching. So let's baseball and hockey. We're gonna start off first with hockey. I know you didn't bring up hockey at all, but what was your thoughts? Purple Rain when the Blues had that run last year.
I was proud of them. Just being from St. Louis and not really being a hockey fan, but definitely being a Blues fan because we from here. You rep your folks. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Go
I was very
Blues.
proud of them, and I hope they do it again. I'm gonna actually watch this time.
Yo, you didn't watch any of it last when they finally started
I
running
watched
into the playoffs season?
maybe like the last 2 games. But I just feel like I should have watched more. Like I felt like I cheated them a little bit.
Do you think that their success last year, like many others, brought you closer to hockey?
Yeah, most definitely. Because for real, the most I knew about hockey is like they get mad and start fighting. You know what I mean? But
Oh wow.
but
those days
but
have been
that
minimalized now.
definitely, and then like I said, I got a lot of brothers, so like The Mighty Ducks was one of our favorite movies.
Oh,
growing
love
up.
that movie.
yeah.
So,
Love it.
so that I knew that much. You know what I mean? But I was definitely again. Shouts out to the Blues. St. Louis in the building.
Yeah. So right now they are currently in Edmonton. They are playing the round robin version of the playoff qualifying round. Joe, I know only been one game.
Yeah, she's
We
gonna make the
know it's
panic
been one
button.
game, but your thoughts on the Blues so far?
I mean, it was a heartbreaker loss.
Oh, my
It was nice.
God.
But I mean, these round robin games, it's not good to say. They don't really mean much, but they really don't mean much. They're just telling us where we place in the playoffs. Like we're gonna be in the playoffs no matter what. But they was a little slow at times on Sunday. But I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I think they're gonna be fine. That's their first actual game against a good opponent. Like I don't even look at that Blackhawks game from
Right.
last week. And like your first game's against the Avalanche, which is probably one of the better teams in the
Right.
playoffs in general. So I mean, to lose like that with 0.1 seconds left, I'm not too worried about it.
That sounds like another Hollywood scripted part. Like .1. Who does that?
Right.
Like, what? At least it like it wasn't a playoff game, but still.
Yeah. With the Blues going to prior to the restart, of course you had the pandemic and everything, but prior to that, they were the number 1 seed in the West. Do you feel that this round robin should have happened, in which now they can come from being a possible 1 seed to now being possibly a 4 seed?
I wish this didn't even matter because at the time, like you said, we were in first by a couple points and Nathan McKinnon was on the IR, so we
Right.
probably could, by the time the playoffs started with him out of their lineup, we probably could have been more than 2-3 points ahead of them. But with the virus, life happens and you can't do anything about it, so it does kind of suck because I think we should just be that number 1 seed, but you just got to play for it now.
Yep. And then we have the other teams, the 5 through 8, playing in regards to the actual seeding as well. So just overall, I know we had a discussion, I believe, either last week or on doing our work hours, but just your thoughts about the NHL presentation with how they're doing the bubble.
I like it. Like I said last week, I think it was, just seeing the pictures of, even like the little players' lounge. It looks like they're living the life right now. I mean, I would hate to have to get, a cotton swab stuck up my nose to get tested, but I mean, they're doing what they love. They're probably eating like kings, and they get to play the game they love. So they're just in their nice little bubble living life. Doesn't look that bad.
Any concerns about Tarasenko trying to find his game at this time of the season, knowing that right around the corner is the actual playoffs?
You said Tarasenko?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think he's going to be fine. We all know what Tarasenko can do. He was gone for a little bit, but he's been healthy for, 2 months now, practice with the club, and then 2 games in his system now. I think he's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. So that's hockey. Looks like last night the Canes defeated the Rangers. Swept them. Yeah. So
yeah,
hockey moving right along. Blues, just keep on finding your game. Let's get these dubs, and let's have Purple Rain celebrate again. And this time, like she said, she's gonna watch more games as well. So all the support definitely.
Even though there's no fans in the stands, these guys are playing like it's playoff hockey. Like, I've seen pictures that the Maple Leafs posted of Austin Matthews and John Tavares, and they're hyped, and there's been some fights and stuff. So, I mean, they're playing like it's the full arena, music's playing and everything. So it's still fun to watch even without the fans.
Okay.
All right. So now, going to baseball, before I get to the home team, there was a report a few days ago that Shohei Ohtani has another
He's shutting down.
arm injury. Let me go pull this up real quick while I got it up here. Here we go. Say he's been diagnosed with a grade 1-2 strain of the flexor. That just sounds bad.
Right.
A general timetable for beginning of throwing progression is 4 to 6 weeks. So looks like to me, I mean, I ain't no fortune teller or anything, no psychic, but it looks like to me his pitching career in the major leagues could be over. What do you think about that, Joe?
Ohtani, I've just been so iffy about the guy since he came up, because everyone's automatically saying he's the next Babe Ruth, this and that, and no one's that next Babe Ruth unless your name's Mike Trout. I'm sorry, and he gets hurt every time he pitches. He can't throw a ball. I don't get why they keep trying. The dude's arm's gonna fall off, and then he's not gonna be able to bat at all. So I think they just need to keep putting him in DH, have him and Albert take time, DHing, and go from there. He'll have a longer, better career. They need to stop messing with the whole pitching thing, and then MLB put in all over social media that he's the face of Anaheim when they got Mike Trout out there. They need to stop that
Ooh,
stuff.
now that's a low blow. And if I was Trout, I'll be heated. How is he the face? What?
They did that at the beginning of the year, and that made me so mad. Like, it's Mike Trout. There's no ands, ifs, and buts about it. It's Mike Trout.
My stats say I am the face of this franchise. I'm the reason people come in these seats, even though our team loses. We don't have winning records per se. I mean, they win, but not
right
win.
now they like what 3-9,
Right.
or 4-9.
I'm not the face of this franchise.
Whenever Trout was out because his wife was having their baby,
Right.
I think they lost all but one game, and the first
Exactly.
game he comes back and they win, and he hits a homer his first
Exactly.
at bat. So, he's the real deal, and I want Ohtani to have a good long career, but I'm just tired of the media of how they say he's Babe Ruth and bigger than Trout and this and that. But yeah, they just need to shut him down pitching wise.
Pujols, he's like 2 home runs away from passing Willie Mays. No, that's it.
600. What number is it?
It's 1 homer now.
Yeah, 1 homer now. So, were you a huge fan of Pujols when he was with the Cardinals?
Yes.
And what was your thought process when Pujols left?
I was like, man, every time we get somebody good, they always leaving. Just traumatized. But
we had him for 11 years.
Yeah, we did. And when you been with an organization for that long, it's like it's weird when you not. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird when they leave, because it's like he was such a staple. People came out literally to see him
I still represent him.
Hey.
She got the 205 on, Joe.
Yeah, so I was
do.
like, but yeah, I love some Pujols. He was really, really a good player.
Yeah, see, he got them high socks on. Now he hitting home runs like he 25 years old again.
Right.
I mean, he hitting
Hey,
shots.
his swing's still beautiful. It's still one of the most beautiful swings I've ever seen in baseball.
I will
So,
always say,
I mean-
he has the best swing from a right-hander.
Right, because Ken Griffey hands down on the left
Yeah.
side. Nobody beat him.
Yeah.
I got you on the right
Nobody.
side. Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
Griffey's always been that guy from the left-hand side. But, yeah, Albert, there's not many people that you can sit here and say just have a pretty natural swing from the right side. It's usually the left side, but Albert's definitely one of those guys. It just looks so easy.
I definitely agree with that. Purple Rain, do you have a favorite baseball player?
Not so much.
No.
I was a big Ken Griffey fan back in the day. Sammy was a good one.
Sammy Sosa.
But then, wait a minute, don't celebrate, because then he switched teams on us. I'm not talking about baseball teams. I'm talking about y'all know what I'm talking about.
The whole MJ look.
Man, I'm like, what the Sammy?
Did he ever say what? Like, did he kind of play it off? I have a skin disease. I have a disorder.
I don't think so.
experiment
And
went
then
wrong.
I just
Plastic
watched
surgeon
it.
didn't do it right. What?
I watched it. I don't ever believe he really addressed it. I watched the documentary on him and Mark McGwire.
Oh, yeah, the 30 for 30.
And and I was like, he's not gonna say nothing. Like, he's not gonna address the fact that the last time we seen you,
You was dark.
you was dark.
All those footage from that home run derby year of '98, you can see the night and day, and it's just like,
I'm like,
why do you
what
look
would
like
make you
that?
what would make you?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I would say is be happy with yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying, he could have come out and said experiment going wrong. Okay.
Something like because I just want to know what happened. Like what made you feel like that's what you had to do to be relevant? I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you was at the top of your game and you were a dark skinned man. So what would make you feel like you had to be on the paler side? Is beyond me. I don't understand.
Oh, man.
So, and all in all, she doesn't have a favorite baseball player, but she can't stand him.
I don't understand. Like I said, because when him and Mark McGwire were head to head,
Right.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna root for the black guy. But I had a conflict because, of course, Mark McGwire was with the Cardinals at the time. But yeah, I always root for everybody black. Sorry. That's just how I roll.
You know, I
don't
was
have to be
gonna
sorry.
write that T-shirt too.
Room for anybody black. I've seen that too.
Yeah, like I always been that way, even as a kid. Like,
I was brought
just,
up that way.
Yeah,
My father was
I
a big
mean,
sports fan, so he was always watching sports, and this certain way.
yeah, and I mean, I love everybody, and I root for everybody because I genuinely like to see people do well. But like, it's something different when your people are like doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to see that. Nothing better in the world to see.
So we brought this up, Joe, a while back. So I'm gonna ask you, Purple Rain. Baseball over the last few years have been trying to find out a way to really market the youth and especially young African Americans to the game to keep them entertained.
Right, right.
So from your point of view, what do you feel baseball needs to do to make that happen, to make it more appealing?
Well, I don't have all the answers, but this is a suggestion. You know how like basketball has like halftime, and they do like halftime shows and stuff like that to keep people entertained during break time. Maybe they could implement something like that where they have some type of entertainment during the downtimes, because there's a lot of it. Like I said, in baseball, there's so much downtime. Like, you have to figure out a way to keep people entertained. Music seems to reach people faster than anything, so why not try that? Maybe have some music playing during the down periods, or have somebody come out when there's nobody on the field and do something. You got a big field, set up a stage, have a stage on the side, do something, because you got to reach people some way, and that's pretty much the only way you're gonna get them. Music grabs people.
Now, more than likely, and I know Joe, you can agree with me because it's baseball. It's gonna take too much time within that 2 minutes between innings.
Right.
You know, put a stage out there, but you have
Maybe you can have one
out
that's,
there.
or maybe you can have one that doesn't move, like maybe not close to the dugout, but somewhere off to the side where it's not interfering with the game itself, and just, I don't know, or like at Ballpark Village, you got stages everywhere.
right.
You know what I mean? You could say, okay, well, we got an intermission. Everybody go to the main stage, the Midwest Best stage, and check this out. And that comes with your ticket pricing. You know what I mean? So you're not paying extra for being entertained during the times where there's nothing going on. Like rain, when you, like, say for instance, you're at a baseball game and it starts raining. Well, what do? You just kind of waiting around for the rain to pass. Well, you could be entertaining those people while they're waiting for the rain to pass. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the type of stuff I think about. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have all the answers, but it would take some deep strategizing to get something that would work for the organization and the fans.
My 2 cents. Think outside the box, because we're talking about marketing, reaching new generation, and if you want to throw a race because we don't have any, less than 5% of the MLB players are black. Not the Hispanics or Latins, but blacks. So you got to think outside the box. And things that wow to me, let's just say, you talking about a rain delay. Everybody goes under, was in the hallway of a stadium. You got all that space. You got people that skate, let them use it to skate. You got people that like roller hockey, let them use it. Use the space.
Use the space.
Let those party suites that they have in stadiums have a DJ coming there with the game going on. So let this be a party room so people come in, even if they're not watching the game, but the tickets is paid for.
That's a good
and
idea.
utilize it for different things like that. Use the corner, using a batting cage. They have batting cages at stadiums, but you got to turn it up a notch or do a glow-in-the-dark bowling thing on the side. Something. But you got to go outside the box that attracts younger people and their parents.
Because I'm going to tell you what I do at a baseball game. I'm going to just be, and like I said, I'm a softball player, so, but I eat. That's what I do. Like, and it has to be something
it's slow
else.
Pace. That's
yes.
why. So that's the only thing you
I'll be
take
at
up your
that concession
time.
stand 50 times.
Not 50 times. Just to
I'm
eat.
like, no, that's not what I want to be doing. But if I'm just sitting here, what I'm going to do?
Slow. So I'm thinking while a game is going on, you want to have fans' attention at the product on the field. But at the same time, if you're trying to bring people in the stadium, since you can't do it with the talent or what's going on in the field,
And keep them there.
think
Because
the stuff that's around the stadium that they can still do. So as long as the ticket's paid for, that's your biggest thing.
Yeah.
You want them to be happy who's on the field. Get them in the seats. Younger kids, like I said, the little field hockey, use all that space in them hallways. You got to find something. Parents usually bring kids. So something they can do while their kids are doing that. And in the meantime, think outside the box.
outside the box. Yep.
And Joe, I'm sorry, did you have a suggestion earlier?
I didn't have any suggestions. I was just going to say to what they're saying right now is, like, different stadiums have different things right now, especially for kids. Me and Brendan went to Milwaukee a couple of years ago, and they have, for some reason, I don't know why, they have a rock climbing out in the outfield upper deck, So, like,
Utilize
Yeah,
space.
that's
Utilize
something
the
they can
space.
do.
Yeah.
Busch Stadium now has the beer garden, cheers, or whatever it is, to where they have
Budweiser Terrace.
Yeah, the Budweiser Terrace. So, obviously for the adults, if you get there an hour before first pitch, it's literally like $5 draft beers, or like $2. I can't remember what it is, but it's really cheap. And they're standing room only, and they got like you can play bags up there, and all kinds of stuff. So like stadiums are starting to try to do things that are going to be there to lounge, and then also for the kids. I think like what Wheeler said, you just have to start with the kids, really. Get kids interested in, like, Cardinals have the Dexter Fowler, just so they have the Fowler field now. They have the Ozzie Smith field and the Molina field all throughout the city and the whatnot. So if they just start doing that, keep doing that, like the Cardinals are, and try to get the kids interested in the game, then that's where my love started.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't be any older than 4 or 5 years old before I started falling in love with baseball. So that's where it all begins.
That's it. And sticking with the home team, your St. Louis Rona Cardinals. I'm sorry, the St. Louis Cardinals. Last week we spoke about it in regards to our frustrations with the lack of, how they were playing against Minnesota Twins. And
You can't
ironically,
be any more mad this week.
I'm about to say, ironically, that was the last time we were able to talk about
Literally.
live sports because of a lot of players, like 13 players, like I think it was 6, 7 players, and the rest coaches had the Rona stuck in Milwaukee, and it actually happened while they were in St. Louis by someone that was asymptomatic who was not a Cardinal player, but that player.
That's how they traced
was
it all the way to
around.
that person?
Yes.
See,
Yeah,
and then it proves
was
why
just
you
announced
need.
today.
Wow, and that proves why they should have had a bubble. That's what we talking about with the NBA and MLS. It's working.
So, with that being said, because I'm it's kind of my segue to it. We talked about it. I know I did on social media, and I was like, should have had a bubble. Should have had a bubble. I realized after listening to other people and seeing certain tweets that the bubble would have been so hard to do because baseball has a bigger traveling party than other sports do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then
More than
And a bigger
NFL?
schedule.
and schedule, and then trying to find a baseball, basically baseball size field to play on, because like if you try to do it in Arizona, every game can't be inside of Arizona Diamondbacks field because you have so many teams playing in Arizona. You don't have to have teams playing outside.
I thought we were talking about spring training facilities they have in Arizona.
Right, but the problem is right now during the daytime it's
It's
gonna
like
be
110
exactly.
degrees.
So you can't do that to the
So
players.
you're going to do it at nighttime per se.
Right.
I know.
So like I said, it just wouldn't have been the right answer. But what I will say, and Joe and everybody else add on to it, but basically baseball should have prepared every road team to have amenities for that hotel. So it would prevent players from having
leaving.
to go.
So
out
a
to
mini
eat.
bubble.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So every team should have that assigned hotel or whatever in which they have enough amenities to make them feel like, okay, I ain't got to go nowhere
You know
else.
what? Now I'm thinking about you saying that. Why wasn't that rule implemented? If you
Because of
I
Bob Manfred.
I know what you said about the Players Association,
Don't get me
and they
started,
had
bro.
those rules with the Players Association. That's why they didn't want to do the bubble because they wanted their family. But now when we take, I thought they still had some of these basic principles intact.
No, they
It's
were
just
they were
roam
just
as
like,
you want to, like you were back at home
exactly.
chilling and bring in who want to and go out.
Exactly.
But I mean, I know common sense isn't common. Let's start there. However, comma. Why? I mean, I guess it's a little too late at this point. But what in the what the?
And because it took the Marlins and now the Cardinals
And whoever else,
to
this
get
is
it.
not over. Y'all
Right,
know that.
Right. So, like you said, they were just like, hey, when you go on the road, just be smart. You know, but the whole thing
Common
is
sense
that
ain't common sense. Use
the
that
whole
word
thing
smart.
is that Major League Baseball should have had a mandate with they actually are going to be having some new rules finally.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, hopefully it ain't too little too late though.
Right. But they should have mandated that each spot that a road team plays, you're going to have all the amenities that you need. If you want a casino, you're going to have a few casino, you know, whatever. If you wanted DJ, if you wanted games, you wanted a restaurant, whatever it is, it should have been right there for them.
So
And-
once you're in
and-
that hotel, you're on lock unless you're going to the field.
Right.
That makes sense.
You know, have one nice big old huge tent in which, you know, can't get no outside air in, you know, whatever you got to do to, because
It's
you're not
almost
going to
collapsed.
have, you're not going to have 3 or 4 teams there at one time. It's going to just be just one team.
This Rona almost made it collapse because with the Cardinals, they were saying they found out about it after they left, or not after they left, after they finished their series with Minnesota. However, another team the next day, 2 different teams was coming through. Well, imagine if all of them got infected, or a few of them from the other team. That's why I said this was really, really messy, and the dominoes was falling, and this thing was about to be cut short if they didn't get this together.
And then also what's crazy is that they waited until after the series to get the results. They should have been, there should be a way to get more of a faster turnaround time when you're getting tested. It shouldn't be like a 24-hour, 48-hour
I
wait.
thought they had the money to do it, like how the other organization in
Once
those
again,
sports had.
Rob Manfred.
So he being cheap and didn't want to pay for that. Why aren't they? Okay, Joe, you said it. You're right, Joe. You said it. He's robbing. Okay, never mind. I'm staying in my
Everyone
lane.
thinks Gary Betts is the worst.
Oh
or Goodell's
gosh,
the
too
worst.
much like right.
I'm gonna have to say it's Manfred.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just all about how you plan things. That's why they keep having these stats almost every other day that the NHL and the NBA have not had one positive case of COVID.
It's working.
Because of how they are implementing everything. You know, keep these
You
guys.
know, though, NHL players, apparently they can go out golfing though. So I don't know if the golfing's within the bubble or what, but apparently they can golf. I don't know how that works, but whatever.
Right.
They still have no positive tests, so I guess they're doing something right.
So now the Cardinals are finally back home after being in a hotel in one room, not all together, of course, but in our own individual room for pretty much a whole week. They had a little workout. Once again, they found out that someone symptomatic, pretty much caused havoc. So now they got so many guys going to the COVID injury list, etc. And now they got some guys coming up. We got Max Sherrock, Hensis Cabrera, Alex Reyes. They bringing up who else? Joe, tip of the tongue. I can't think of it right now.
Did I already call a great? What's his name? Right, Carlson. I got brought up. Right.
Who?
What's his name?
One guy was someone I never even heard of before. Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's the I forget his. I should have had his information pulled up, but pretty much.
Reyes, Cabrera, then Roel, Ramirez, and Max Sherrock.
Right. Okay. So they bringing us more youngsters. Of course, they didn't bring up the guy I was hoping for.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dylan Carlson.
Yeah.
They didn't bring him up. Of course they wouldn't.
But he's past that period. I thought where they won't have to pay him.
They are, but they still want to see which I don't understand because it's been 3.5 years now. Okay. But they still want to see what Bader can do. And then if he can't do it, then Lane Thomas. Then if Lane Thomas can't do it, then Dylan Carlson.
I
want to stop shaking my head, but I can't. I really do.
The last Friday, whenever all this news, I think, about the Cardinals that came out, I think it was Mark Saxon on 101 said something about how there needs to be, it would be like mid-August for service time, which confused me because I heard it was only a week, and then Mark Saxon said something about mid-August, so maybe they're still playing that game, but Joe Adell was just called up yesterday for the Angels, so I don't know.
Exactly. So it's like all these other teams are making aggressive moves, but once again, the Cardinals are playing it safe.
Maybe it's something else going on behind the scene we don't know about, and they don't want us to know. What else? I remember I just said common sense isn't common. So something else, and we're just not privy to that information.
Yeah.
Again, I really want to stop shaking my head, y'all. Really do.
But you can't.
I can't. They won't let me.
So before we go ahead and wrap this up, Joe, I'm looking here at these standings. I know it's 2 weeks in now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Up real quick. Where it go? Oh.
Hell, half of these, a few of these teams, because they ain't had enough games, didn't really be looked at for real.
But and now here's the crazy thing is that
was in second place.
What they're saying is that even if teams can't make it up, if the Cubs they play a 60-game season, if the Cubs are like 40-20, but the Cardinals end the season, let's say 35-10, knowing that they play lesser games than the Cubs. Mm-hmm. If our winning percentage is better than the Cubs, we're going to still get first place.
So not the wins, it's the percentage.
Exactly. So Joe, when you hear that, you got teams like the Marlins who only played 4 games.
Right.
The Phillies only played 3 games. Like right now, look at these standings.
I am too.
And it's like it's crazy because you got so many teams like the Yankees who play more games. Here we go. Let me see here. See, look at the Marlins. They only played 5 games, but they in first place.
Right.
And the Braves are 8-5. They played 13 games. Marlins only played 5.
So you're not able to finish your game, but your percentage is higher. You still going? Do you?
Exactly.
Why did they decide that way to do it?
Because they don't have once again, Rob.
Okay, I forgot, Joe. I forgot you told me, Joe. I'm so sorry, Joe. Forgive me. You've already said it. Okay.
Because they didn't plan on having all these cases all of a sudden just rise.
Oh, well, no. They knew it was going to happen. They didn't plan correctly. That's all. They knew from their method this was a disaster.
But right now, the Braves are up in the East. The Cubs are looking good. 9-2. The Rockies, and that sucks because why would they even want to trade Nolan now? Because they look good. It's like they right there in the playoff hunt. The Dodgers 8-4, the team with probably the best jerseys overall in the game. the Padres are 7-5.
Look, they get 10 extra wins for the new
Right.
nice jerseys.
Hey, Joe. I know you can attest. Like them mothers are clean, ain't they?
Yeah, every single one of them. Like
Every jersey.
I even thought some of them from last year that they would wear were, on point, but the ones this year, I'm like at loss for words of how good they look.
Now, Purple Rain, she's also a huge fan of the Houston Astros.
Okay.
So,
Got them on right now.
yeah, so she's also a huge fan of the Astros. So she ain't
Oh,
down.
and by the way, Fred,
Uh-oh.
I got mad at you the other day. Okay.
Uh-oh, what I do?
Something.
What I do?
Hold on. Let me go to the tweeter.
She said I got mad at you.
Uh-huh. Let me bring out the
As
receipt.
soon as I saw it, I went to Brendan, and then I was looking up stats and stuff. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Talk about the Altuve thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, interesting. All right, let me tell you something.
So, all right, so now I know what it was. They were playing the Dodgers, and Orel Hershiser said it's amazing how you bat or how the results are when you don't know what's coming.
It wasn't bad.
Oh, something else?
No, it wasn't bad. That's stupid because there's proof out there. Hershiser said that he's cheated before. So, anyways, so you retweeted something and said interesting about how Altuve has never struck out this many times in this amount of games.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
Okay. So the guy without a check, it was a guy without a check mark that tweeted that, and then a guy with a check mark came in and just totally owned it. I don't even know if I screenshotted some stuff. All right, the tweet that you liked or whatever says since Jose Altuve debuted in 2011, so we're almost on a 10-year span here. He has never struck out more than 8 times in a span of 8 games in his entire career. This season, Altuve has struck out 10 times in 8 games, breaking that streak. This is a nobody that tweeted this. And then a reporter comes and says, your stat is bogus. He actually had 10 strikeouts in an 8-game stretch just last year between April 9th and 19th. Also 9 and 7 games, July 13th through 19th. I didn't bother looking any forward, but you might want to correct this. He also has 10 Ks in 9 games this year, not 8, for what it's worth. And Altuve is a career 313 hitter, and he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I at? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row of over 200 hits, and 1, 2, 3, 4 other years that he's had 150 or more. And that was at the very beginning when the Astros were absolute trash in 2011 and 2012 and 13 and 14. So all I'm saying is Altuve is a GOAT and a Hall of Famer regardless.
Okay. Yeah, because we're looking at his stats right now.
I got my water bottle and I just dropped it with the mic because Altuve's a stud.
I mean, we all know that he's an incredible baseball player. That the MVP season he had a couple years ago, so it's real deserving. And
one more thing. Aaron Judge from August 16th to September 11th of 2016 batted a 130 and struck out a whopping 37 times.
Yeah, he was
37.
terrible.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people all over Judge. God.
And that proves my point in regards to progress with our Cardinals. How you just said Aaron Judge started off his career being like a strikeout king, but then he worked his way up to have less strikeouts. We're trying to see the same thing with guys like Bader, and guys like O'Neal, guys like Paul DeYoung, who normally strikes out. What do they have that in them to, like you said earlier, like the whole Mamba mentality? I want to keep on being known for not doing this. I want to go ahead and be greater.
Okay, but then step up to the plate with Harrison Bader. I know you already talked about this. We got what's tomorrow? Are they doing double headers for this Chicago series?
No.
So okay, you have August to prove it. Serious at this point. I'm giving you this whole month, barring any more stops from COVID and exposure for players. The Cardinals and Harrison Bader. You got a whole month of August. If it's not put up or shut up time, I don't know what else is it. I mean, at this point, I you said it, like why they put so much faith in him, and then who was his name? crosses number 3 on the depth chart for this. Like, why? Like, I'm getting nice saying the whole month, y'all. Oh, I'm being really nice. But again, I give them some credit for the little break they had and all that. But after that, let's go. Let's roll with it.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up.
And for real though, on a lighter note about the Cardinals, like you've mentioned all the stuff that's going on in MLB, and even now they're going to do this whole 7-inning crap, like whatever that is. Like we're playing softball in high school. I just don't even know if I can take this season seriously now. Like, you know, like I'm going to get mad if Bader goes 0-4 with this golden sombrero striking out 4 times. And
he might do it. He might do it 8 times, and if you do a doubleheader.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a point to where, like, I don't even care to, like, you know, like, does it mean anything? Does this season mean anything? With all the rules they're implementing?
A huge asterisk.
Double headers.
Yeah. Like for shortened
I just
seasons, they do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm enjoying the hell out of watching just baseball games, falling asleep watching baseball games. It's awesome, but I just don't know if I can take it seriously with all these silly rules that Manfred, and then like Manfred blames the players one day about COVID and threatens the season, and then the next day he's like, "Oh no, it's okay. We don't care about the players." Yeah, you know, like I don't know. I just can't take that guy serious or MLB right now.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, Joe, go ahead and enjoy some baseball still. Rest up.
Yes.
You and Baby Joe, hold it down.
Yeah.
baby Boba.
I got my pregnancy pillow today. It's been huge.
Uh-oh.
It works wonders. Because as that belly getting bigger, baby, you're going to be like, oh, where's that pillow? I'm telling you. For comfort, yeah, that's your best friend.
Did
your husband.
Oh, I know.
Did you have any luck finding a chair?
A chair?
Yeah, you was looking for an office chair.
Oh, not yet, no. Some people are commenting about, I can't remember what the name it was, like Serve or something like that. So this weekend we might try to go somewhere. I'll make Brendan go somewhere. He doesn't want me going out and about now because he does all the shopping and stuff. So.
Makes sense.
Good man.
Yeah,
good man right there.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you, Brendan.
Only time I leave is go to my appointment. So, but I have one last thing to say. No sports, but Usher for real. That was my
yeah. Way to circle back.
She said, I gotta make sure. I get my point across on Usher.
Right. I'm with you, girl.
No.
I'm with you. I literally just posted a picture that he posted on his IG looking awfully swell, I must say so myself.
He doesn't age.
At all. Like he's a vampire. Like, what are you doing, Usher? I know you 40.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to say, is like I shared a room with my youngest sister, and her side of the room was pink and purple and princesses, and that stuff grosses me out. I'm not a big girly girl. And then on my side, I had this giant poster of Usher, and then every time I would see a picture of him, I would cut him out and tape them on that wall, and that was in my room.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Definitely had all the posters from the Word Up magazine.
Oh, you took it back to Word Up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
90s. Shout out to the 90s.
Yes. That's where I used to get all my posters from.
Oh, my goodness.
and for the men, it was Jet Magazine.
Oh.
Page 33.
Oh, my God.
All right,
I'm
Joe.
island.
Good talking to you again. We'll do it again next week. Hopefully, we can talk about more baseball games with the Cardinals.
Hopefully.
Right.
All right, yeah, we got a big series against the Cubbies this weekend.
All right, let's go,
ahead.
Carl.
All right.
All right, you have a good one, Joe.
Night, Joe.
All right, Joe.
And that has been our show, man. It's been incredible.
Yeah.
Woo!
Much fun.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Oh, what a night.
So being here on the show, how did it feel?
Great. Like, I had a blast.
That's good.
For real.
Good. I'm glad you
Good.
enjoyed
For real.
yourself.
For
Thanks
real.
for dropping knowledge, your background,
Hey,
St. Louis,
hey.
Trap
I
Zone,
got you.
all around
Hey.
athlete,
Yeah.
girl.
All
I'm
that.
just
There you
Don't
go.
tell my mama.
resume.
And once again, tell
She gonna
all
call
your
me.
peoples to watch the full show
Mm-hmm.
on
Yes,
our
yes.
pages. So
they can tune into this after if they didn't watch this live. They can still subscribe, tune in, to watch it tomorrow.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
Hit that.
The platform Sports Talk Show.
I'm gonna get that bill.
Yes, and I will also drop a link in the comments as well, so y'all can head on over there and subscribe and all of that.
There it is. Definitely appreciate you. And next week we will have another lady coming. Well, actually, this might be either via phone or we may do some Zoom. So we'll see. But legendary Kirkwood High School track and field head coach, Roberta McWoods, will be a special guest.
All right.
So y'all taking over.
Black Girl Magic is wonderful.
Over.
We taking over.
I love it. So this has been another fun show, man. The Platform Sports Talk Show. Continue to share this stream with the people. Let everybody know this is the show to watch, man, on a Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are out. I am your boy Smooth. Special guest,
Purple Rain.
When it's about sports,
it becomes our business.
And business just picked up. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.